Oh, hey, hey. Hey. Oh, hey, hey. It's a Sunday, baby. It's High Rollers Day. Sup, everybody. Sup on D. It's me. Just suck on D's D20s.
Yeah.
Because it's time for D&D with me, Mark Sherlock Holmes, your Dungeon Master. I'm joined this week by these guys.
No, you're bloody not.
Bam! We got Rhiannon, we've got Trot, we've got Kim. Very different energy levels, as you can see in the room today.
Watch her crash.
On the other side, we have one Tommy H and a Katie M.
Why do we get initials?
He's a wild and crazy guy.
He's a wild and crazy man. Sup, everybody? Good to be back and playing some fun D&D with y'all.
Full house.
Which y'all?
We got the full house.
Full house.
Stacked.
It's gonna be a fun one. We've had some good sort of sessions recently. We hope you've been enjoying them. Not too many announcements this week. Just one I'm going to throw to my good friend Chris Trott because he's going to tell you all about his exciting project, Menhir's Fate.
That's right, everybody. I am but a month away from losing my mind to this beautiful new project that I'm part of. I was just in a field yesterday, came back at 11 p.m. and meeting all the wonderful volunteers that we have with us. And it's very, very exciting and feels very, very much real now. But if you don't know, we're making a LARP, a big LARP that is, and we have an awesome website that I will show you on screen right now. The character creator is live!
Wow!
We tried to provide a D&D Beyond-esque creating a character experience and bringing that to LARPing. So it's very fun. You can go make a character right now if you'd like. And come join us on the field. It's very exciting. menhirsfate.com. And check out the Discord as well if you have any questions and queries about what the hell is LARP.
Yeah.
We've also got some cool videos about that as well.
Yeah.
Very much tailored to people that are new to LARPing. Like, what is it?
With very good people who know what they're talking about.
Yes, very much so.
Like our good friend Johnny, and who is a lovely man.
Yeah. Really cool. So please check it out. I'd love for this to be a huge success so that you can all escape 4 times a year from the crippling reality of real life.
It's true. It's very true. It's very true. That's what it's good for. I've seen a few people have been joining the Discord because they've been posting in the more Valis group. So I've been keeping my eye on there to see what people...
Why would you keep an eye on that, mate?
Because I helped make it.
He helped write it. It was his baby.
Well, it was. Mine and Steve Cook, my good friend Steve Cook, who also did a little bit of world building for Altheya. Isn't that nice? That's it. It's lovely.
It's lovely, guys.
That's it. That is it for the announcements this week. Just one small thing, which is a reminder that if you would like to support us, if you like what we do, and you like High Rollers is my favourite thing.
I love High Rollers. It's my favourite thing.
And you have a little bit of spare cash each month, like a little tiny bit. I'm out. The Patreon is a fantastic way of supporting us. It helps pay for the studio. It helps us pay to do cool, exciting things, buy new projects, buy new minis.
Keeps us running.
It helps us keep running, but also helps us grow and do new, exciting things as well. The Patreon is one of the best ways that you can support us, along with things like subscriptions and YouTube memberships and all of that stuff. That's all great as well. But the Patreon is a massive, massive help, especially for just the day-to-day runnings of High Rollers. And as that grows, we can do more exciting things as well. And you do get behind the scenes, like whenever we can, basically. We make little behind-the-scenes videos and like things,
exclusive content.
Content. Yeah, exactly. So just a little plug for that.
I don't think you did.
You both said content, all right?
Okay.
But just a little quick plug for that to remind you that is a great way to support us. And yeah, I think it's going to be a very exciting year. Lots of very exciting things coming up.
I also want to thank all those people that are very generously gifting memberships to other people, which allows them, because if you didn't know, if you get a YouTube membership and join our Discord, you get the same Patreon benefits as well.
It's true.
All those behind-the-scenes videos and things. So thank you to those big whales that gift these beautiful gifts to everybody. Thank you.
Save the
He's out of line, but he's right. With that, save the whales.
Save the whales.
We love the
They're a really
whales.
important part of the ecosystem, by the way.
Very important part. But that is it for announcements this week.
one is
We're going to run the intro.
Fart one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Going to run the intro, and then we will get back to it. See you in 5.
Fart.
Welcome back to Altheya, the Dragon Empire. Our heroes have set off on a new adventure in pursuit of a proto-magi vault, the abandoned facilities of an ancient, magically superior race who once battled the gods of Altheya. Such places are often fraught with danger and peril, but offer great rewards for those who can navigate their alien magic, their guardians, and traps. Their quest has taken them north of Ashen Rest into the Rust Whale Woods, believing that a vault may be behind a number of disappearances in the area. After dealing with a malfunctioning construct that had been pursuing them on the road, the party entered the small village of Colvel and met with the local key figures, as well as securing rooms at the village's only inn. They asked about the disappearances and learned that Colville had many local myths and folklore, with few taking the threat of missing travelers not very seriously. The squire of Dame Cassandra, Pascal, was sent to investigate and ask similar questions, but everyone in Colville seems to think that he had simply gone home. Having spoken to the local reeve, Alwyn Dell, the innkeeper, Charity, and his family, Osa Strongreed, the owner and boss of the local lumber mill, the party eventually sought out Maggie, aka Magathera, a halfling dragonborn from the province of Ordaskir. The old woman, blind but possessing with magical experience, gave them further information and said that Pascal may have gone to investigate the Gallowack, a legendary local folk monster, that had a lair up in the mountains. Maggie also offered to sell them some of her more irregular potions, which seemed to interest some members of the party. And that is where we jump back in with today's session. I believe I described Magathera's... These are mine now. No, they're staying with teacher. You will have them back.
She needs to fidget.
You will have them back.
That's not fair. They all have stuff.
I don't have stuff.
Girl needs to fidget. Let her fidget. I have nothing.
Is it going to be thrown?
No, but she had two.
If it is thrown again, it is staying in my possession.
Two.
I've got more.
Teacher has spoken. If there any more being thrown, anything gets thrown across, you're in trouble.
I don't care.
Really?
I'm sorry.
I really want to throw something right now.
I'm sorry. I would never do it again.
I really want to throw something.
Huh?
Can I throw Tom across?
Test me.
Oh, yeah.
Just yeet, Tom.
Members video, I get dunked through the table.
I believe I described Magathera's hut as it's very small, so the taller characters have had to crouch on their
He got
hands and knees.
I did get
Yeah.
Rowan got stronger, but Gruff is still crouching. There are charms and fetishes hung from the wooden rafters of the thatched dome cottage roof. There is a small crackling fire with a bubbling cauldron, a small low table arrayed with a menagerie of crystals and sticks and all sorts of strange little ritual items. Magathera, this elderly halfling woman, but clearly, well, dragonborn woman with halfling traits, has like patches of scales, a long black tail curled out from under her grandmotherly robes. Completely blind, two milky white eyes, completely unable to provide her sight. But her monitor lizard familiar, Bracken, is sort of coiled around, maybe sat up in a small wooden chair, watching you all with unblinking, feverish eyes. And yes, Megathera sort of glancing around. Was there anything else that you require of me?
Well,
Ophelia hasn't met Megathera. Don't know.
Oh.
We say that you were present, but obviously you.
But
Yeah.
but Megathera hasn't interacted with Ophelia. I feel like Maggie would be interested in Ophelia.
I'll leave it over to you.
Very quaint little cottage you have, Megathera.
Thank you.
Very cozy.
Yes, I have made myself comfortable here. She never looks directly at you. She's always sort of listening more in your direction.
Forgive me, how long have you lived here for?
It has been a few decades now. It is hard to keep track of the exact number of years, but it has been a while. I left when Odaskir was no longer welcoming for me.
Why, Odaskir, why would it not be welcoming to you?
That is a rather personal question
sorry,
for a stranger. But suffice to say, I have found my place here in Colvel. The locals, they are cautious with me, but I can give them many things that others cannot. They come to me for advice, for medicine on occasion, when their local priest cannot help. But yes,
I'm sorry for prying. I
you
I
are
know.
curious.
I am. I also have a friend from Odaskir, and the province is of interest to me.
Ah, a friend from the homeland, yes. It is a place of, I would say, brutal beauty. A place where you quickly learn hard lessons, where the strong prevail over the weak.
I see.
Yes, it is a precious place to me, even if I am not welcome there anymore. But still, she will gesture once again to this kind of selection of vials that she's arrayed.
Oh yeah, so I gave her the spell stones to
Yes.
make up the scrolls.
Yes. But she'll have to do that, like, over time.
Yeah, but was it after the game last time that we said that in trade for that we would also get one of the potions?
I would say you
or?
can have one of the potions, yes, if she's allowed to make a copy of the spellstone into her own spellbook, yeah.
Okay, so there's Wisdom of the Crown, which gives visions. Dreamwalker's Tonic, dream walking.
you can enter someone else's dream.
Enter
too.
someone else's dreams, yeah.
Very cool.
But if they're having a nightmare, then
You're in
And
there.
whatever happens in the dream happens in real life, I guess.
Don't know. That was never said.
Well, respite of youth, which I've just got written as 1 day of bliss. I feel like there was a massive downside to that I didn't write down.
I've
we
got
didn't get
bliss and
given,
invigoration.
Yeah.
we didn't get given anything else.
The thing that was
was no
consequential
downside.
was the wisdom of the crone.
Oh yeah, you get visions with Wisdom of the Crone of like what you
What you want.
and what you're aiming for and whatever else, but there was some downside for that one. And Draft of True Self, which is a polymorph.
Kind of. It's
Kind of,
like,
well,
yeah, it like
yourself.
changes like your body, like
Dream
voice,
the ideas.
gender, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. Like it's kind
Oh, that was right, yeah.
Cool.
And then Mage's Breath Incense, which was spell slot restoration.
anybody who inhales.
4 levels of spell slots
Of incense,
over
yeah.
short rest can be divided among people as
So
well.
if like
Oh, that's awesome.
if like me and like Gruff were there, we could split 4 levels between us, like 1
Yeah.
and 3 or 2 and 2, or I,
I
have
think we
them
should
all.
swap the stones for that
Yeah,
at the very
I think that's
least.
a good
Yeah, that's a good
choice,
one because that was like a short rest we could use over. Right?
Yes, you can use it during a short rest,
Hell yeah.
yes.
So yeah, I think the Mage's Breath Incense
Yes, I believe that I would be willing to give that to you in exchange for our agreement. You will need to leave the spellstones with me for some time. It will take me time to scribe them into my book of spells.
Okay, that works for me.
But if you have business, if you intend on going after the squire, the missing squire, it will take you days to travel in chase of them. So this should work out quite well.
So when we come back,
It will be
safe
ready.
and sound, and hopefully armed with even more spellstones, or odds and oddities, maybe.
If indeed if as we both suspect, this Proto-Magi vault is nearby and it is indeed perhaps where these stories of the Gallowack come from, yes. But I could not say. Perhaps they are just local stories. But you would do well to ask one of the locals for directions. I have never been there myself, so I do not know the way, but as I understand it, it is at least a few days' travel outside of Colvel. But is there any interest in purchasing my other potions? Gold is always very welcome with Magathera's
The next
research.
one I would recommend is The Wisdom of Crones. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Visions of what we would like to know sounds very useful.
Yeah.
It is, I will say that it is, you have no control over these visions. The visions are generally about things that you want or need to know or desire.
Is there something we could do in advance to taking it where we could learn more about the potion itself, or is it just a
Maybe.
glug it and see?
Oh, maybe if you buy it, you can do some experimentations if you want.
And do they only have one of each of these 5?
These will never be made ever again.
Oh, wow.
In that case, I'd like a lot.
They are 50 gold for each. A small price to pay, but, as I always warn, such gifts always have a price to pay.
200 gold and we take all of them? I think that's a pretty good deal.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm just wondering if there's any in particular that we like.
Dreamwalker sounds pretty cool. I mean, they all sound cool.
And you become a spirit which has its own benefits.
Well, it's like, yeah, you could patrol at night, like if people... If
Yeah, so
you
the-
need to
outside of
watch
your
at
body.
night.
The way that she described it is basically like you drink it before you go to sleep. Your body sleeps, but you become a spirit that can choose to wake up your body at any time. You can re-enter your body and just wake up.
Oh, that's cool.
Whilst you are the spirit, though, you can also then go up to other sleeping people and into their dreams.
Oh.
But should you enter a nightmare, there may be dire consequences.
So you're trapped in there whilst that person's asleep.
Maybe. Doesn't say.
How's Zanzan sleeping these days?
Not well.
Yeah, don't go near that one.
Stuart's dreams. I bet they're amazing.
It'd be like the pyro, meet the pyro.
Yeah. What Percy would dream.
I'm intrigued by Rodri.
Griffith,
Yeah.
do we have 200 gold to spare?
Yeah, Rowan is tiny, by the way. He's like
Well,
he's
Daisy
like
sized.
yeah, okay. He's 4 feet tall.
Right.
He's still smaller than Daisy.
Yeah, she's smaller than Daisy.
Yeah, because it's half his height, basically.
This is shortly after we also saw you
Big.
much
Oh,
bigger
yeah,
as well.
I was enormous.
He was
at one
like
point.
18 feet tall.
He
What?
like grappled with the
big
grove
golem.
warden thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So that's a
He's had
thing you can do.
He's had a busy day.
Up and down. Down at the moment.
Oh, the shrinking wasn't you though. That was
That
Magafera,
was
right?
to
Yeah.
fit me in this hut.
I see. Okay.
But yes, I say that to Griffith.
Hello, my name's Griff. What was it you wanted?
I think that's a very, very kind deal
Yeah.
for 200 gold.
A small price for travelers such as yourself, but a great value to poor Magathera out in the middle of nowhere.
Look at her.
Gruff's already counting the money out. One by one.
Any way we can help.
2,
We'll help.
Oh, you are sweet to care for little Magathera.
6,
Crack, crack.
7, 8,
The
Please don't, Kim.
9.
the grove warden.
Drive me mad.
The grove warden that roams this area. The peaceful, friendly, kindly grove warden.
The ancient construct, yes.
Yes, the one that houses those large bees and produces quite the wealth of honey for the village. Tell me more about that.
The creature has been in these woods for years now. The bees pollinate many of the flowers here. It was... I happened upon it when it passed near Colvel once, and using a little spell, I convinced it to stop for a moment. Allowed me to harvest the honey from the hives. I make herbal tea, use it as a reagent in some spells and potions.
Yeah. We encountered such a creature just outside the village before we arrived, but it seems like its safety gear, magical gear, was damaged, and it had become quite
because
enraged.
You burned them up.
No,
Didn't you, Zen? That's what you're saying.
You encountered the Guardian and you destroyed the hives? Is that what I'm hearing?
It charged through the trees at us, enraged and very willing to harm us. And in a moment of panic, I struck out at the creatures that were attacking my allies, which were the hives on its shoulders.
There is this kind of like she sort of hunches in on herself, and you hear this kind of. Those of you who don't speak Draconic would hear a kind of hissing, like, Xanthius, you know that this is, it would translate to...
Fucking idiot.
Fucking stupid children, or something like that. Like, it would be like, ugh. And she's like, ugh, stupid boy. What did you do that for?
Have you know, I was protecting my friends. I am no Akmakilek.
It was enraged because it had a unaligned crystal.
Did you destroy the construct?
No, we fixed it.
We
fixed it.
repaired it.
And, like, she doesn't look in your direction, Daisy, but sort of, like, turns her head. This one is at least aware. You could have tried to fix it first.
We all repaired
Yeah,
it.
we could have. I wasn't there that week. I was not standing for the bee hate.
Still, what is done is done.
I love landing Tom in it. It's so good.
He landed himself in it, though. He was pushing. He was like, digging
not brought it
himself
up.
a little hole.
You could have just not brought it up.
He was digging himself in.
You were so close to getting out
I'd
of
have
this
done it
place.
again, frankly. It was attacking us.
What is done is done. I will make do without the honey, but still, it was very good.
It was lovely.
Well, if you are buying my potions, that will do enough recompense, I feel.
Maybe we could keep an eye on, see if there's any more bees we could bring back, perhaps?
These were special bees, something about the primal magic of the construct. It infused their bodies, made them bigger, healthier. Honey was infused with magic. But still,
I'm sure some got away.
So like a once-in-a-lifetime sort of situation, is that what you're saying?
Never be replicated again.
A real,
by
like,
human man.
a real alignment of the stars kind of situation?
I'm sure that there are similar creatures out there in the world somewhere, but perhaps not here in the Rustwale Woods. But as I said, there are other things here. It is what it is.
Yikes. Okay, well...
But perhaps before you blast things with fire, you should consider if they can be fixed first.
I do keep saying that to him.
Do you want to just, like, show her the crown steel while you're at it? Do you want to just let it all out?
No. No. No.
No.
Still,
I do keep
Obsidious.
saying to you.
Magathera.
she's on the list.
Where's Gruff on this list?
You're like one.
At the top.
Yeah. You're my number one guy.
If you
On
are
my kill list.
Gruff, you can't find these these aren't in D&D Beyond because you don't know the properties of them and you don't know exactly what they'll do. But if you want to write down these 4 potions, or the 5 potions actually, that you have, you can do.
Who would like what?
Have you finished counting?
Please mark off the 200 gold.
199.
See, there's 200 there.
Oh, you've just ruined my count now.
Did-
I'm gonna
what, add
start.
one more?
1,
Add one. Oh my.
2,
Well,
3.
yes.
You're a better
Can't hurt to be thorough, okay?
Xanthius knows that there are 200 coins in that pouch because he has Gold Dragon. Like he has part Gold Dragon magic where he looks at it and goes, "There's 200 gold."
5.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 200, we're done. Gruff.
Gruff is making eye contact with you while he's doing this, by the way.
200 gold, Magathera, for these for the remaining potions.
She gestures and a mage hand, kind of like a draconic, very shriveled draconic claw will take the little pouch, hover it over to her, and she kind of takes it protectively, puts it inside her robes. Yes, very good, very good. And she will slide the 5 potions. Well, yeah, because you already have the mage's breath, so
yes.
She slides them over. You are free. If anybody wishes to take one in particular, you can, or if you want to like put them together. But you do need to write them down.
Yes.
I think Zan should take.
And tell me when you're going to drink them.
Mage's breath. I'll take that.
The rest, I think we as we need them, you can keep them, if that makes sense.
Sure.
But
Gruff keeping them?
Anyone in particular needs to have specific ones right
Altheya should take them all.
We'll never see them again.
We'll never see them. I could help carry them. I don't mind.
I love you, Ree. This is a safe space. We'll never hear from them again.
Into the void they go.
Let's not entirely blame Rhiannon here. I'm also pretty sure that Chris Trott and Tom Hazel will also forget these potions' existence in like 2 or 3 sessions.
Get ready to be proved wrong.
Well, the mage's breath you'll remember because that has a very strong mechanical effect, and I know you'll remember that one.
Yeah.
The other 4, you'll be like, wait, what? When did we get that?
You're about to see something fucking marvelous.
Sure, I would love to see
chuck
it.
them all in one go.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a night that would be.
But yeah, so yeah,
I want
you have
to do that just
all
to see
4.
what happens.
Yeah, for science.
Die.
Yeah, science.
Die.
It is, I believe you were heading over to Megathera like as the sun was setting. So when you sort of emerge, it is now nighttime. The forest has that kind of nighttime ambience. You can hear birds out in the distance, kind of the hooting of owls and maybe the scurrying of something in and around the underbrush. The forest comes alive with the night creatures that roam it. The only buildings, most of the little local homes here in Colvel have like lights on the inside. You can hear the sounds of dinners and families, loggers making their way home to be with their family. But the acorn is like noisy. Like it has that raucous.
We booked a table.
You did.
A
You had
table
dinner.
and a room, yeah.
Yeah, but it's got that raucous kind of like country pub late at night. Like every time the door opens, blah 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 blah, like hubbub and bubble of
They've
like
got the football on
conversation.
TV.
Exactly. Yeah.
England! You're going over the fucking ambulance.
But you make your way back, crossing the sort of dirt-floored sort of town square or village square. You can see again like people going back to their homes. And then when you step inside, there is it's a summer night, so all the windows and doors are open. There's no fire, there's no need. It's very, very pleasantly warm at the moment. But as you step inside, the strong smell of cider and beer, sweat mingled all together as many burly carpenters and loggers are in here. The bar is completely packed. Most of the tables are packed with the exception of one booth right in the corner by the open windows, which has had like a sign put on it like reserved.
Is it a wooden spoon?
It would be like a little blackboard. So it'd be like a little chalkboard,
nice.
basically, and it's like reserved for guests, basically. And you can definitely see that like a few of the loggers are like eyeing it, like, can we? Nobody's using it now, but when you kind of step in, you see Charity, the tiefling bartender, with his dark skin, his little red goatee beard, he like waves and he doesn't have time to speak to you, but he just points in the corner and gives you a thumbs up as he's half conversation, pouring drinks and serving everybody around. You can see that there is a hive of activity. Several of the loggers are playing darts because they have a dartboard here, and Osa Strongreed is also arm wrestling people on one of the tables, and like they're just having a good time. Everybody's like drinking, they're relaxing. Maybe somebody's got like a fiddle, like one of the locals, like one of the loggers has got like an old beaten up fiddle and is playing it just on a little bar stool at the bar. So there's a jolly ambulance here. Ambience.
You're going over the fucking ambience.
Why is the ambulance so happy?
Wee! Only goes wee, never goes wee.
Just me.
But yeah,
Fuck you.
that was a pure dyslexia moment there. But yeah, the table is set aside for you. There's like, cutlery and things laid out. You have your keys for your rooms, so it's really up to what you guys want to do.
What are we gonna eat?
Yeah, well, how long's that spell last?
Forever.
I think it's minutes. I think it's like, it might be 10 minutes per level. So it'll be like 20
So I
minutes.
just pop back whilst
he's
sat
in,
down.
yeah.
Yeah, I think like you would wander in. I'm gonna find
All
out.
the cutlery and plates just like shoot off the table.
Can you say something more in your cute little voice before you have to go back to normal room, please?
Oh yeah, it's only a minute. So as soon as you leave the little hut.
I quite like baseball. What?
So just before you get back to the acorn, it will end.
They grow up so fast.
Oh, it was bigger as well.
Actually, have you returned to your normal life?
Yes.
Ooh, good point. Fate. Before anybody has to make any dice rolls, I just looked down and noticed all of my dice.
My man.
My man.
I'm talking about me. I am my man.
Katie,
1.
a dice for me.
Yes.
Yes. A 5.
A dice for you.
6.
A dice for you.
2.
A dice for me. Can always rely on good old Chris Trott, can't
It's
I?
been weeks now of that.
1.
Oh, even better.
You my
My little
me.
squad over here.
Fail squad.
Another dice for me. 4 to 2.
4 to 2.
You and me, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on, stay.
On the team.
Just Xanograph.
Xanograph.
Katie was last week. Katie did a good one last week. You did a positive.
I've done positive ones for a
Yeah.
while now. I haven't done a negative one in a while.
Get those stats together.
But yes, you make your way back. The food, as soon as quickly when you take your table, food is brought out to you because they've been sort of keeping it warm for you, waiting for you guys to come back. Charity's wife, Diana, has prepared a lovely meal, a very hearty, thick stew, beef stew, with like lovely fresh breads, salads, vegetables.
Yes. I've heard great things about your
Smoked sausages, and then obviously to finish it off, her legendary apple tart, which was spoken of with considerable aplomb.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yep.
Why
It
is it
is-
always apple crumble, apple tart, and then we leave the studio going, I really want some apple crumble.
It is like perfectly like crisp, flaky pastry.
of course it is.
It's drizzled with a kind of like a caramel sauce on the top,
Remember when you said
baked in with like sugar. Very, very sweet, but the apples are exceptionally tart, so the two blend together very, very well. A big pitcher of cream.
Stop being a bitch.
We walked past on the way in today. I'll just take all the cream. Tom and I walked past somewhere and there was a glorious smell of an amazing curry. And immediately we both went, oh, I'm hungry. And now you're describing this and now I want curry and like apple tart.
And a jug of cream.
And a jug of cream.
It's probably indicative of the week that I've had, but that description genuinely brought tears to my eyes. I'm getting quite emotional about
Just about an apple
I'm getting
tart.
really weirdly emotional about
It's got that like
perfect
Monster Hunter
apple.
animation where
Yeah.
it comes out and it's puffy. This meal is a good meal, is a high quality
Yeah.
meal. So you all gain inspiration. This only lasts 24 hours. So you have to use it in the next 24 hours or it goes away. So that inspiration, as a reminder, is you basically choose it before you roll and you have advantage on a roll you make with it, basically.
That is heroic inspiration, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They've renamed it to heroic inspiration now.
Well, because inspiration wasn't heroic enough.
Well, no, it's very silly.
Mine's called Giga Chat.
Yes, because this is
Inspiration.
you've paid extra for this meal. You all have inspiration for the next 24 hours.
Amazing.
To your
Hell yeah.
advantage. Is there anything you would like to do before heading and retiring to bed? It is going to be quite noisy in this pub for at least a good few hours.
be
So you're
worth-
probably not going to be able to like sleep for a few hours more.
Would it be worth us asking maybe Osa or Charity to see where this Gallowack place might be?
Yes.
Yes.
How are they looking right now?
Yeah, Osa is in the middle. Like she's basically arm wrestling any comers, and it looks like it's a if you beat her, she buys you a drink. What? Arm wrestling any newcomers?
You just said
Comers. You didn't say you.
Any comers?
You said comers, and there was
Sure.
an audible gasp from this part of the table.
Sure. Osa is arm wrestling any comers. If I say enough, it will get rid of the hilarity.
You're not going to normalize comers.
That you... What was the word last week that you didn't pronounce properly?
Debris.
Debris.
It's Debris. Good old Debris. Yeah.
God, there's a comers competition over there.
You have to come first.
It seems to be an exchange of drinks. If you beat Osa at arm wrestling, she buys you a drink. If she beats you, you have to buy her a drink.
Yep.
She's probably. I'm gonna roll a d4. How many is she?
The mark is
Yeah. Let's see what she's on. What's her streak?
She's only just finished her first arm wrestle, so she's only one drink in at this point.
Okay.
She won. But yeah, there's so she's in the middle of that. But if you wanted to go and speak to her, you probably could. Charity is busy behind the bar, but you probably could go up there and get his attention if you go up and order drinks and have a quick chat with him. Yeah.
Rowan's gonna go up to the performance that's going on in the corner.
It's just a local logger with a fiddle, like a pretty broken down fiddle. It's all right.
He's just gonna enjoy it and clap along and be uncomfortably close to the performance.
The guy's like.
Daisy will not be uncomfortably close, but she will move nearer to the music so that Nim can kind of get.
Yeah, Nim likes it. It's very rustic. It's kind of like this person playing is clearly practiced, but is not like an expert of their instrument, basically. You okay there, bud? Yep.
Do you need a timeout?
You're thinking about comers.
No. Really? I would never have guessed that's what you were laughing at, Tom.
Dad's enjoying his meal.
Tom, are you crying? Have we actually finally got you crying? It's taken 9 years.
I don't know why that was so wrong.
But we have tears.
All the jokes of all the fuck-ups I've said that have made people laugh, this is the one that really got him.
You should have heard the wheeze laugh I did when you first said it.
Are you laughing at your laugh to me saying it?
I can't look at anyone. Carry on.
We finally got him crying.
Just give him a minute. Everyone don't look at him. It's like the invisible boy. Don't look at him.
I'm enjoying my
You're enjoying your meal.
Yeah.
Nim is enjoying the music. It's a little rustic, but she enjoys hearing like a new sound. It's quite a lively kind of like proper like, say you would get in like a pub, you know, maybe like an Irish pub. You'd have a proper like kind of like, you know, fiddle noise. Probably like some old some song that they all sing when they're out in the woods, like working, like logging and stuff like that together as well. You should have to ignore him.
I'm trying.
Have to pretend he's not there.
on,
You
I'm not
can.
I can hear him just like sobbing. I can't ignore.
Wasn't that funny?
Is there anything you're doing in particular?
At some point, he's gonna like reach for his sostenuto, but like gauging the person's eye contact as to whether this guy's terrified with the prospect of a duel. He's not shaking his head.
He's like seeing you, and he's like nodding towards you.
Immediately, he'll get it out and start like he's already memorized like.
This guy is not thinking duel, by the way. He just thinks you want to play.
No, he's just joining in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Give me a performance check.
I use all the fate. No.
Do you want to use a fate?
No.
Okay.
I don't need it. That is 28.
28.
Oh my god.
You join in, and you outclass this like local fiddle player by so far.
Oh my god.
He becomes the accompaniment to you.
Oh shit.
But he's fine with that. He is like his eyes go wide. He's enthralled, listening and watching your incredible like skill with
My
your
thumb is
instrument.
like retaining a bass rhythm, and then my upper fingers are doing like the top melodies. So it's kind of it sounds like two instruments.
Yeah, and like people, and like you quickly draw the attention of the whole in. Like everybody like kind of stops their conversation and like listens to you play. Just this, not silence, because the music fills the entire space. Like even Charity and his wife and the child, like everything just stops for like a few moments as everyone just listens. And not only does it sound that as Rowan plays, it's like two instruments, but the sound is bouncing off the wooden beams, off the stone walls, filling this space, almost this rhythm filling your hearts and your souls as it plays. People begin they start joining in the bass with thumping on tables, stamping their feet, and the fiddle player begins to lead you in a song that is known amongst the loggers, and they all begin to sing this kind of working song that they're used to, and it's just this collection of voices melding together in a proper, almost sea shanty-esque way, right? This is a proper it's that kind of rhythm and tune, and in between the breaks you just show off with this incredible skill, Rowan, and everyone is amazed. After your performance, huge cheer of applause goes round.
Oh, please.
People are coming up.
Song.
They're Jay, mate, do you want a drink? Let's get him a drink. Our big friend here a drink. Everybody's willing to buy you drinks.
Great.
You do not need to pay for any drinks this evening.
Yes.
You can have your fill as a party. Once they all know that you're with Rowan as well, Rowan can be can my friends get some? And they're yeah, you easily.
I'm overloaded. So can you guys help me with these?
Yeah, it's he's got 6 ciders that have all been bought for him, and easily enough. And yeah, you bring this wonderful mood to the whole evening, basically. This is a night that they're going to remember for a long time.
Awesome. I'm going to utilize that this aura to be now might be a good time for people to ask about the Gallowack.
Yes,
I'm just going to drink these and then come.
I don't know why it gets him so much. It's just.
I think it's that he's laughed
broken.
so much that he can't.
It's broken him.
I broke my laugh box.
Is anybody in particular taking charge on asking about the Gallowack?
Are there is there a group of kind of older patrons
There's the old guys, right?
Or is there a gruffy I don't know. He wants to hang out with adults.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
No disrespect.
No, most of the people here, most of the loggers are, even the young ones have a grizzleness to them. They're gruff folks. These are hard, living in the deep woods. They're pretty tough folks. But you find sat around a round table in the corner playing very worn wooden dominoes kind of game. You find the 3 old guys, right? And they are just looking around, they're kind of enjoying the music in their kind of grouchy kind of way, but they don't stop their game for nothing. So that
am I a young man in this group? Am I?
You are definitely these guys are probably in their 70s, 80s, but they probably don't work anymore. But they probably worked for loggers for their whole lives, and they know everybody here. And they're just man, it's pretty good music, isn't it, Jim? It's not too bad. The tall fella's a bit much, but it's all right. And they're kind of grumbling to each other, but they're tapping their feet and nodding their head. If Gruff approaches them,
I just want to get on with it. I just want to hang out with people who don't make him feel immensely old.
Well, yeah, you would feel probably young amongst these guys. They'll kind of eye you up and be hey, stranger, welcome. You need something?
Have you got room for another one in your game?
Do you know how to play?
No.
All right. Do you play? You got coin?
Yes.
No, then we can teach you. And they'll sit you down, and they're pretty fair. They will teach you. They do win every time.
Okay.
Mark off 3 silver. They'll play you for brass coins, but you just lose every time because these guys have been playing this game for decades. You've just learnt it. But it's kind of a kind of mixture of dominoes and Chinese checkers, and it's called. The game is called something to do with about for cutting lumber or something like that. It's probably called
Timber?
Yeah, it's called Timber. It's called Timber, the game. And it's each of the dominoes, when they're turned, it's they're falling and
Timber!
stuff. Yeah, Timber. And that's you call it when you say that. But yeah, you lose a few silver pieces, but they enjoy your company. You probably swap stories. They tell you about the hard life they've lived as loggers. But also there's this, and you would pick up on this, Gruff, immediately. the people here in Colville, you feel a kind of bit of a connection to Ice Heart. Because like in Ice Heart, where you tell these kind of spooky stories and like there are all these dangers about being out on the ice and these creatures and folklore and myth, very much the same vibe here. And you build a rapport with these three old guys. Like, you know, they tell you stories about here, you tell stories from back home. And yeah, you can easily, any questions you've got, you can ask them if you want to, or if you just want to, you can just be like, yeah, like Gruff spends the night hanging out with these old guys.
I kind of love to almost like try and tell them spooky, not just like, oh, we've got spooky. I try and
yeah, you tell a story.
Tell them about them. But yeah, I think after getting a report and then telling a spooky story of my own, you know, maybe one of my wife's favorite stories, I would ask them to tell me of the Gallowack and like, you know, hear their telling of it and if there's any new information.
So there's one of the older guys, a bit more quiet than the other two. The other two are quite chatty. And you find that this older guy, is an old, let's go with, he's actually an old halfling. Like an old halfling, though, like quite grizzled, Bilbo-esque, you know, white hair puffing out, but he's built, like, you know, he's got strong hands, this guy. He's a carpenter. His name's Claude. And Claude, like, looks at you, the Gallowack. The Gallowack. They say it's nearly 20 feet tall. It's built like an eel. It's great big claws, and its big eyes. And they say that those who hear its cries go mad. If you hear it whispering and whimpering in the woods, it calls out. It speaks like a child wishing for its mother. Or it speaks like a man trapped under a log, always calling out for help, it does. And it lures you in, and it snatches you up. And if you're lucky, it'll kill you and eat you, drink your blood. But if you're not, it takes you back to its lair, keeps you alive, talks to you. And it drives you insane, drives you mad, until your body pops and bursts and your ears come out and your blood comes out your ears. And it's said to live up north in the mountains. They say that it guards the entrance to a treasure of a hag queen. It guards her treasure palace. And it sneaks out into our world to feed.
That sounds horrible. Have you ever seen it?
Looks around. People laugh at me when I tell them. But yeah, I think I've seen it. At a distance, mind. You know, being a halfling, it's easy to hide and easy thing. I went out into the woods. This was decades ago now. 40, 50 years. Went out into the woods. Was looking for a special type of tree branch for my sweetheart. Was going to carve her something. I was out there maybe a half a day northeast, near the river. I saw it. It was late. Sun was beginning to go down. I saw something moving out in the trees. Too big to be a wolf or a beast or a bear or anything like that. I saw these two yellow lights, like eyes, snaking and slithering around, looking for something. I knew it was the Gallowack because I could hear it. It sounded... this horrid moaning noise. Felt it in my stomach, I did. Turned my stomach green. I went running, never looked back. Scurried underneath a log, and I stayed there until it was night, and then I snuck back.
Oh, sounds like the right thing to do, otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you now.
Yeah, people don't think it's real, but I've seen it.
And where did you say exactly this was?
And so I'm just trying to...
Yeah, like he'll say, well, they say it's a lair. You know, what you want to do is it's up near the mountains. It's near the Fangs of the Empress. And if you follow the river northeast about a day, and then you head further east, directly east, into the foothills right at the base of the mountains. It's difficult terrain that way, though. There's no paths, there's no trails, dense woodland, rocky mountains, gotta cross the river. It's not easy to travel. That's where its lair's supposed to be, where the Gallowack stone is supposed to be. It marks the entrance.
Gallowack stone?
Yeah.
Fascinating. On a side note, timber!
Nope, you got the rules wrong.
Oh, you can't do that yet because you've got too many acres in your backfield. You have to have a limited number, and then you can do. And then they describe how you've got the game. Yeah, it's quite complicated.
Yeah.
It's quite complicated.
The cones.
Always about the cones.
You forgot the essence of the game. It's about the cones. I love how he just picks up dice, rolls it, and doesn't even look at them.
Yeah.
It's just like a handful. He's just like, I do this. It's like bullshit rules. But anyway, yeah. If you pass me your map, I'll actually point where Claude is telling you that the Gallowack stone is
Old
located.
trustable Claude.
We did hear the exact same directions from someone else.
Not the exact form.
We did hear
Similar,
it was in
From the acorn.
We heard that it was in the fangs of the Empress. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've marked it with a tiny G.
And we heard there was a stone.
Yeah.
G for Glord.
For Gallowack.
That makes more sense.
Yes, it is about. It's estimated 2 to 3 days of travel.
Just a couple hexes away.
With that in mind, thinking about, and Gruff would know this, based on what Claude's description of, taking Rodri in the wagon is going to be very tricky. It might even take you longer if you try and take Rodri in the wagon with you, because you're going to be going through dense but difficult terrain at this point. There's no road, there's no trail. It's going to be pure, like, hiking through the deep woods, basically. So something to consider. You can do it. It just might either be slower, or you'll have like disadvantages on like any hazard checks and stuff like that. Cool. You will also need to cross the river to get to it.
Gross.
How are we going to deceive the river?
Very good.
How long would it take to difficult terrain hexes without a Rodri?
It's the same amount of time.
Same amount of time.
But the thing is what Rodri makes it easier is for things like resting and camping.
Right.
So because you have the wagon, you don't have to camp out, which means you don't have to build a camp. You just rest in the wagon, basically. You can also take more supplies with you. You don't have to physically carry things like rations and tents and stuff like that.
How much ration-wise we brought to this place to begin with?
10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
So we would have used... Did we use any because of the fishing?
You would have used fishing for at least some of it and then rations for some of it. I would say you're probably down about 2 days worth of rations.
8 left.
8 days. So we can have enough rations, so we don't
8
need to buy
days
any
for
more.
about 4 days there and back.
And you would be
travel.
following the river, so Gruff can fish again and provide fish for everyone.
And we know we can come to this village before we head home.
Yeah,
There's lots of coming to be had here.
so much coming.
And, I think we're good for rations,
Sure.
especially with this dinner.
Yeah, there's no like general store or anything here. Like you've not seen like a general store like this is all like you'd have to go to like individual families and be like, can we buy your food? And things like that. Like there's no like market town here.
Yes.
You right there, Tom?
Yeah. I'm holding it together. I'm holding it together.
Anything else whilst you are in the inn? Anything anybody wants to do while Gruff is having a chat with Claude and getting all this information?
I think Ophelia would like to try and do an arm wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you step over, and I'll give you the full description because you weren't here, Osa Strongreed is a very tall, very broad woman. She's a bear wild heart. She's so human, but she has these little round teddy bear ears, thick mane of like brown curly hair that like drapes around her shoulders, and also like tufts of hair like on her arms, like her massive forearms, her biceps. She kind of has like a little bit of a beary nose as well, like a little kind of like darker, like thicker nose. And you can definitely tell like some fangs, like, you know, in her mouth as well. She's dressed in like a simple but quite nicely put together like sleeveless like vest shirt thing, trousers, belts, that kind of stuff. She does smell quite badly of like sweat and hard work. But when she approaches, she will sort of like eye you up. She's met you before, but like hadn't properly interacted with you. Like, oh, hello. What, can I help you with something again? You're here for more stories, maybe?
Well, I'm here for, well, I've tried the ale, and it's a bit too sweet for me. It's a bit too, I want something a bit fuller bodied. So I was thinking, could I maybe challenge you to an arm wrestle, and maybe if I win, you could get me a bottle of red wine, perhaps.
She like looks around, and there's like most of the loggers are like laughing because like the look of you, they see this very finely dressed, you know, very well-to-do young woman. Osa is like probably twice your size, like width-wise, and there's this kind of like. Yeah, if you beat me at an arm wrestle, sure, I will buy you 2 bottles of wine. How about that?
Perfect.
But if I beat you, you have to buy me, let's say, I would like the finest whiskey the charity has. The finest glass of whiskey.
You're on.
All right, very good. Now, as long as you're sure, like, I can't be responsible if I hurt you. You're fine with that?
Are there any prerequisites, any rules I must abide by
Yeah,
doing this?
strength of arm, you know, you can't get help, no using 2 hands.
No using 2 hands.
No, it is a single arm, it's a normal arm wrestle.
Okay.
But, yes.
Fine.
And,
Let's wrestle.
yeah, she puts her arm, a big, meaty bear paw of a hand out for you.
As their arms clasp, Ophelia starts raging. So it's like
Okay.
on the clap, she goes, "Woof," and the rage energy.
So we see like the sort of slightly sunken in face, like the intense veins begin to pop. There's definitely like an eye here of like, like a little bit. But yeah, this is a straight athletics check. You have advantage on it.
Woo! Fumble this.
Do you want to
Oh
spend?
yeah, fate.
Oh, okay. You'd
Fate.
like to spend some fate, would
Yeah,
you?
I need that
Daisy,
wine.
should we be concerned about this?
Why?
I think she's about to break someone's arm.
Sick. Yep.
What'd you get?
Unnatural 20.
Natural 20, 18, folks.
Hey.
It is an arm wrestle, so you are winning. This is not a one and done test.
Cool.
So like you have got her halfway, and there is this like look of surprise, like from everybody as you are like raging and pushing her down. Give me another one. Well, you can spend fate, but like you still have advantage.
Well, I won't spend it this time. 15.
It is enough, though. With that, the second thing, you get her arm all the way down, and there's a kind of like, what the?
Power of the grave, Father Osa.
There's this like stunned silence, maybe a break in the music as like the fiddler like looks, as everyone's sort of just stunned that you've beaten Osa in this arm wrestle, and she kind of like blinks and then like looks at you. Just starts laughing, like, wow, I was not expecting it from one like a little one like yourself. Oh,
thank
you've got a strong arms there. Oh, goodness me. Ugh. I seem like, my muscles hurt.
Like gross.
No, I am impressed. I am very impressed, that you've done such a good job.
I mean, like, you shouldn't be surprised.
Really got a firm grip there. Well, yes, I owe you...
2 bottles of wine, I think it was.
Yes, charity, 2 bottles of red wine for the young lady here, as fair is fair.
Thank you very much. I got wine for the journey.
Oh, good. How much did that cost you?
I got it for free. I want it.
Oh, that's good, because as I recall, you don't have any money.
Don't say that out loud.
Wait, you were betting because I hoped that your friends would be willing to pay for you.
Oh, well, I won, so it
worry.
doesn't matter.
Ophelia, were you betting my money?
Do you have money?
Yeah, we all have money.
No.
Except for Owen.
I look around at like the people in the bar. I have no money. Nothing on me. And I'd like to get home safe.
Luckily, they're all quite drunk. I rolled a 1 on an insight check for the pub. So, yeah, they're all pretty happy to just go back to their business.
Well, thank you for the contest, Osa.
No, you are most welcome. It's nice to have travellers who are willing to sit and spend some time. Your friend has been playing some beautiful music.
Oh,
and
he's great, isn't he?
it's very good, yeah. I do enjoy it very much.
Rocks. So I'm just talking to
This
like,
fiddle.
another logger or something.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just sat around people.
He's like, hey, man, rocks are pretty good.
No, you don't get it. I'm holding his head.
He's like locked in. He's like, how do I get out of this? And then, Osa gestures, and it seems that Graf, who I met earlier, is having a lovely time speaking to Cloud and some of the others as well.
Maybe it's this one. This one. Timber on this one, right?
Oh, yeah, that works, but then I'm just going to do timber, and we've...
Bloody hell. Here's another silver.
And they're quite happy. They're also, because they're playing against each other as well, so like your silver is being passed around as like they're winning against each other and stuff as well. But you're having a lovely time. It's a lovely game. And like by the end of this, I will say that you will be proficient in the game Timber. Or Timbers, maybe.
Only exists in this village.
But yeah, Osa seems to be pretty it's nice to have travelers who are willing to kind of spend some time with us locals. We get very few travelers up this way, friends of the Reeve.
Well, I think it's just a testament to the community you foster here, Osa, honestly. I think you've got a good thing here.
You are speaking, yes, you understand correctly. This is a community that my family and we have done a lot to try and foster, and it's why I think that a local person should be the Reeve and be in charge of things happening here in Colvel. Not some foreigner from the city who doesn't understand things.
And clearly doesn't want the job anyway, from what I've heard.
Exactly. You see, you get it. You
I'm
understand.
all about community.
Yeah, really true. Oh, good. Yeah, it's good to hear.
Strong community really brings people together.
Absolutely, yeah. Good, strong work ethic.
They say blood is stronger than water, eh?
Yeah. My family runs a lumber mill here. I'm gonna roll an insight to see if she's picking up on what you're putting down. That's a 2. It's like you are getting more and more explicit. Yes, but it's just.
I have a cult. I'd like you to join.
But yeah, you try and sow these seeds, but it's hard work. And eventually, the drinks are coming and flowing, and
Can I give her my leftover ale? I had a couple of sips, but I think.
Oh yeah, I don't
you
take
like
this. Yeah, one gulp down, bam.
You have an absolutely fabulous night, Osa.
Oh well, thank you. Thank you very much. I will. And if you and your friends, if you need any more, stories, or you want to know anything more about the place, you can ask me or any of my family and things like that.
I think we're trying to find this Gallowack monstrosity.
Oh yeah, the Gallowack. Cloud knows all about it. He says he thinks he's seen it before, but he's just old. But yeah, the Gallowack. My father, my grandfather, my father know a few of those stories. He's the priest now. But you can go up and ask. I mean, we've all heard the things that it turns you mad if you hear it. If you get too close, it will drive you mad. That it can see. It can see even if you are hiding or if you are hidden. It can still see you, apparently.
Oh, goodness.
It guards the entrance to another realm, a plane, something like that.
Well, quite a frightful beast.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this mystery and...
Do you know what my favourite part of the Gallowack story is?
What?
Well, they say that the people that claim to have seen it or survived it, they say that it has a star from this guy embedded into its chest.
A star in its chest?
Exactly. This is how I know it's all nonsense. But they say that it has a glowing star in its chest.
Well, how would it get a thing like that?
Exactly.
Preposterous,
Ridiculous.
I say. Exactly.
Foolish.
We will go up there and see it's all just poppycock and then...
Or if you're heading up to if you're heading up into the mountains, it's quite a trek, but just be careful out in the woods. All of these stories, there are some real dangers out there. Some nasty beasts and the nature spirits and things like that.
Spirits?
Yeah, we get a lot of them around here. This is a very old woodland, and sometimes manifestations of Altheya. They're not necessarily bad, but they don't often take kindly to mortals, or living creatures in what they think of as their territory. We as loggers, that's something I actually take very seriously. We check all the trees to make sure that there are no bound spirits.
Check the trees, okay.
The last thing we want to do is chop down some dryads' trees, and then the dryads all coming looking for revenge, or
see.
The home of some fairies or sprites and things like that. Those they're troublesome. if we were to, enrage them. So we try and be careful. But yeah, nature spirits, beasts. Sometimes you get very desperate bandits. They're fleeing from the Duke's army. They come out into the woods to hide. They build little hideouts and dens out here. So if you're going up that way, do be careful, yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for the warning. Yes, we'll keep our heads on a swivel.
Well, I want you to come back so we can have a rematch.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. And just sort of very drunkenly kind of gets up. She's been drinking most of the night and sort of like, we have work tomorrow, everyone. Come on, back to your houses, back to bed. It's time for sleeping. Takes like another pint, downs it. Bam.
Well, have a lovely night, oh sir.
Well, farewell, good sister Altheya. Come on, and starts shoving the more drunken patrons out the door. With the old men sort of get out. They shake your hand, gruff good game, Sonny Jim. They call you Sonny. They're like, good game, Sonny. You did all right. You played pretty well.
Thank you for your wisdom.
Thanks for the stories as well. Much appreciated. Always love to hear a good folk tale from time to time. Your hometown, this Tremor, sounds like a pretty nice place.
And you'd always be welcome.
Kind of give you a good pat on the back, pat, and then they all shuffle off. Rowan, the guy that you've been talking to, eventually sort of detangles himself from your grip.
Oh, and where's she gone?
He's snuck off with the crowd. What about Xanthias and Daisy? Was there anything you guys were up to, or anything you wanted to do?
No.
Not particularly.
No, we're just having some idle chat. Do you think anyone, Daisy, if they only ever read the word, would probably pronounce it as protomagy?
Oh,
think about that sometimes. It's just a weird thought I just had.
Yeah.
Protomagy.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what's a weird word? Pickle.
Pickle. I suppose it is.
It's a bit odd.
Just sat there with your empty plate.
It's like a post-meal, tired, dumb chat.
You've been traveling for a long time as well. You've been having a long journey, but it is late. Charity starts kind of cleaning things up, people begin shuffling out. Yeah.
Nice.
Sleep time.
Another song. Here we go. I've got a few more words on my rock song.
Really?
Nope, but I think they're going to just come out.
Okay, well, I'd love to hear it.
Here we go.
Last time you only had one.
What? Huh?
You had one word last time, I think.
Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love rocks.
That's 3. I love rocks. We're rock.
All right, big fella. I think it's time for bed.
I had such a great night.
Come on.
Oh, I love you all.
Yes, we love you too.
No, you don't understand.
I do understand, big fella.
Who's got sustanuto?
It's on his back.
your
Where are you?
It's on your
It's on
back.
your back. It's on your
Right here.
Well, I heard it. Where is it?
Well, I
Managed to
think it's about
cajole
time.
Rowan up to bed,
Yeah.
I believe Ophelia has, you and Percival have the private room and the others are in
sick.
the shared common room.
We
So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. You guys tuck in for a long rest. Woo! So if you want to, you can take a long rest. I would also like everybody individually to roll a D100.
100.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wait, so that's the 2 together, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, shit. 96.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's pretty high.
I'm not going to tell you if high or low is good or bad. Just one the number.
Okay. Okay.
71.
71, 96 for Rowan.
96.
Yep.
51.
51 for Daisy.
31.
31 for Gruff.
18 from Zanzan the Dynamite Man.
We're very spread out.
Just all over. Oh, you wanted that?
You all
Back in the middle.
Who gets indigestion at night?
go into bed. The beds are comfortable, Ophelia, especially yours. Very soft, luxurious double bed. Percival happily standing guard, just looming over you.
Oh, Percy, you'd love this bed. It's so comfortable. It's a shame you have to stand.
I'm not sure that I would understand comfort if I felt it, Sister Ophelia, but good night.
that's
Blessings
sad.
of the Great Father to you.
Why did you say that? The whole mood has been brought down.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Sister Ophelia. I will not speak again until I...
Oh, no, keep talking. Just don't make me sad. Make me really me sad. I don't know why.
Shall I speak of things that you like?
No, you need to come in this bed. Come lay down. I'll get up. Look, you try this.
It's a double bed, so he very awkwardly comes to the edge and lays down perfectly vertical on the tiniest sliver of the edge of the bed. He's like,
How does that feel comfortable?
it is soft on my bones.
Soft on your bones. That's a good start. Soft on your bones.
Is this what comfort is?
I suppose.
Then I am
Yes.
comfortable.
Ah, that makes me feel better.
I am glad, Sister Ophelia.
Me too. Good night, Percy.
Good night, Sister Ophelia. Just stays perfectly upright on top of the covers, on the edge of the bed. But yeah, the rest of you, those in the common room, it's 4 bunk beds. It's kind of very simple. There's a little vanity, a simple wooden desk with a washing basin and stuff on there. And
Is Rowan in the top or the bottom bunk?
I want to go to the top bunk.
I
not
don't
staying
think
in that
that.
one.
I
You're
think
gonna
you
go
should
the other
take.
I go.
No, you just go into the bottom down here.
Oh, grabbing.
Okay, you see, okay, I can't stop this, even if I wanted to. Well,
Rowan climbs up. Very thick, sturdy. Yeah, maybe the middle back. Also for Rowan, your legs hang over the edge. Is very uncomfortable.
He's too drunk to notice.
No,
though.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think I could speak all.
As Rowan drifts off, Gruff and Daisy on the other side, you guys pass out into sleep as well. And Xanthias, you all fall asleep for a long rest. Well, you wouldn't know exactly the time, but in the middle of the night, Xanthias, you wake up. As sometimes people do when they're sleeping. Maybe it's the bad dreams that you have been having.
Usually a cat.
It's probably
Yes,
cat.
for me.
Is it Boro?
It could be a cat if you would like it to be a cat, but it's something wakes you up. Whether this is Xanthias's plagued nightmares or an external force walking past, but something wakes you up. And as your eyes, you kind of blink them open for a second, realizing you're still awake. And before you have that moment to try and fall back into slumber, you get the faintest hint from the window as multicolored light, very dim and faint, just passes. And you can hear a very, very soft, kind of whistling, wailing sound. It's kind of I can't do it, but it's a very distant, faint, wailing whistle.
Okay. Oh, that's weird. Turn over. No,
Could do.
Where is everyone? What is the bunk arrangement?
Well, I would imagine you would be underneath Rowan, and then you've got Daisy on top of the other side and Gruff on the bottom on the other side.
Oh,
so it's
very-
2 sides of the room, basically.
Bleary, slap at an arm or a leg that's hanging over the edge.
Oh,
Rowan.
stop it.
I will leave it to Trot to decide whether he wakes up or not.
Rowan, I see. Look out there. Look. There's some lights or something.
I'm going to be sick.
Can you see it? Or am I dreaming?
See what?
Out there.
It's Rowan, so as you are now awoken...
Peel my eyes open.
Keepers.
Rowan, get those
Keeper's
peepers
bills,
out there.
Lashes awakened.
Am I dreaming or is it, am I imagining things?
Yeah, there is a very soft, quite distant, but there is that shift of... when there is a light outside and it's changing hue and brightness, so it's kind of pulsing. And it's dim enough that it wouldn't have woken you up, but it's now very noticeable.
Whoa. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, that's just weird. I think I pissed the bed. I don't say that.
You can't let it sit for a minute, can you? You just can't.
I don't know why I said that.
I know why, because you're
We
a
know why.
gremlin.
It's a good thing
Goblin.
Sam wasn't top bunk.
It's the brain demons.
That's what woke me up.
You know, Tom, sometimes the thoughts don't have
Sometimes
to be
dead
said
is
out
better.
loud.
Yeah.
Rowan's going to stir and sit up and get down and looks out the window closer
You see?
You move up and you part like this little netted curtain and you peer out, Rowan. And looking outside, give me a perception check.
I think I'm still drunk.
You're looking in a mirror, Rowan.
Perception, you say?
Yes, please.
I believe it is 15.
15. Takes a second for your eyes to adjust. Pretty much pitch black outside, but through the canopy of the trees, there's enough moonlight and starlight filtering through. Peering and watching, you see quite a little distance outside of Colville itself, but bobbing through the trees, you see a tiny ball of light that shifts in colors and hues, pulsing. And you hear that kind of, oh, this kind of like faint wailing, whistling sound. And it vanishes behind some trees, then it reappears again, vanishes behind some trees.
Come on, we gotta go.
okay.
We gotta go see it.
All right, I'll slide up and sit up at the side of the bed. All right, up time, everyone.
Well, I wasn't gonna wait. Okay.
Up time. Well, we got a thing outside. More adventures. Come on,
I'm like-
everyone.
Why are you like
by the
this?
There's lights outside. We got to go follow them
Why?
because that was what we
All
were
the
looking
local
for.
legends say not to follow
That
it
wasn't
at
the
night.
plan. It was sleepy time.
We can't go see them.
Come on.
Do you not remember what the little girl said about how you just don't go out at night and follow them because bad things happen?
I'm gonna go get a.
There was something about like being possessed, Rowan, that I seem to remember Rowan being quite afraid of when this story was being told.
He's drunk. He's got some
that's
courage.
true. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah,
Having Gruff remind
that's you.
about the fears of the place, fears of the nighttime. Oh, we should wait till the morning, actually. Good point.
All right, night.
We're going back up to my bed.
Yeah, you watch for a moment, like those of you who are interested, like you Gruff and Daisy, you both see the kind of slight faint pulsing. It's moving away, and eventually, after maybe a couple of minutes, it goes completely. But you see the same thing, like this little bobbing light, boom, 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 and just vanishes behind the trees. Goes.
I must say, though, looking at it, it's quite hypnotic, isn't it?
Daisy is
Hey.
snoring already under the duvet completely. You can't see her at all. She's bundled up. She's cocooned because she doesn't want to be woken up. So.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to, you can just go back to sleep, and your long rest completes.
Where's Trouble? Where's Trouble? Trouble. Oro.
Where's his little dragonette?
Hey.
Not
Wait.
Oh my
Wee.
Is that how you
lost-
Piss.
Have you lost your little boy already?
I think he might. He was around my neck when I went to sleep.
Oh,
Trouble.
bloody hell.
Oh, you enjoy your sleep. I'll go find him.
No, I'll come with you.
Okay.
Xanthias
Yeah.
from under the duvet? I think you should call it Dave. I think Dave's a better name.
I think you should go to sleep.
I am asleep. Shut up.
Okay.
I think right in this moment, Trouble is the perfect name for it. Come on.
Okay.
Great.
I love animals. I love dragonettes. I'll go hunting for this thing.
Remind me, what did you roll on the animal handling?
Like a 3.
Very low.
I believe it was a 1.
Oh no, it was bad. Whatever it was.
But yeah, you do now, like, as you go to step out, there is probably just enough space under the door for a little wriggly serpent snake to wiggle its way out.
Oh no.
What did I tell you when you got it?
Ophelia.
What?
Ophelia.
Xanthias?
Glad you're awake. It's Trouble in there. The dragonette.
The tiny creature is not in the room, Sister Ophelia.
Oh, thank you, Percival. No, thank the Grandfather it's not in here with me,
Okay.
or I would be screaming
There's
right
lights
now.
outside, by the way. I'm gonna go looking for this dragonette.
Lights outside? What kind of lights?
Oh, spectral lights, like the stories.
The ones that the little girl told us you shouldn't go out at night because you die.
Well, I've already been possessed once. There's another... I can't... What's the chances of it happening again?
Quite high.
quite high.
Oh, probably. Okay, I'm getting up. Come on, Percy. Let's
right.
go figure out
What's
what's
this sort of
going on.
You can stay if you want. It's my dragon.
It's
now.
okay.
Your responsibility, young lad.
I'm still riding the high from winning that arm wrestle, I'll be honest.
Okay. Well, I'll head downstairs. I'll see you outside in a bit.
Can anybody who is going with Xanthius or helping Xanthius roll a perception check? Or just Xanthius, if it's just Xanthius.
Cocoon.
I figured.
Right. No. Daisy's not a morning person. Not a.
Oh, I actually got
night
16 with my minus 2.
16.
That's nice. What did you get?
21.
That's nice. Natural 20 plus 7, 27.
Oh my god!
Jeez, on this. As you're making your way downstairs,
in the dead of night.
Ophelia and Graf, Xanthius, you're like bleary, you're like stumbling down in the dark, like making your way to the door.
Come on, piss. Piss.
Ophelia
Call it.
and
Sorry?
Graf.
No.
Ophelia and Graf, you hear like the sound of something being knocked over in the kitchen behind the bar.
Oh, did you just hear that, Graf?
Where did you hear it?
It's in the kitchen.
It's in the kitchens. Oh, no. Trouble! Trouble!
You go in the kitchens and sort of in amongst, there's a mess. Like there's flowers being knocked over. Like,
what have you done?
Like things have been knocked over. And you see this little red tail just sticking out of a bag of apples.
Did I not give you enough snacks?
Can I cast Mage Hand and just
Yeah.
send the Mage Hand to pick it up?
Sure. What's your spell save DC normally? I'm just going to have it make a dex save.
12.
Yeah, the mage hand goes to grab it and the tail whips in and goes inside the bag. Apple falls out the front of the top of it and you just hear a kind of...
Oh no, get out of there, get out! I can tell! I'm trying to get it out of there! Like burying my hand in the bag.
Just
I've got the bag.
Just take it outside.
Oh, the apples are probably ruined.
Just get the
better
thing
fix
out.
this.
Can you give me a dexterity saving throw?
I'm trying to encase it in the bag.
Oh, are you just going to try and seal the bag?
Well, it's not sealed the bag. I mean,
Don't suffocate.
It's like a big Hessian sack of
I'm
like
trying to,
picked apples.
like grab it outside of the sack, but then kind of pull it out using the bag
Squeeze
itself.
it out like
Squeeze it out.
Yeah, just roll dex or strength.
Dexterity.
Yeah, dex or strength for me.
Oh, the apples are going everywhere, Xanthius.
I know, I'm doing my best. They're all chomped anyway, Ophelia. What does it matter?
They were so nice in that crumble.
14.
14.
Hang on, it's coming out. Get ready.
You manage to like wiggle him out, and you just see with his whole head like bitten like around like into an apple. You wiggle Trouble out. Many half-eaten apples go spilling
is
out.
there any you didn't
but there's
bite?
like also like you can see a bag of sugar has been knocked over, and it's been like licked up where it's been like knocked over.
Topped up on sugar.
And he's just like wiggling around.
Oh, you're not going to sleep at all, are you? Oh, good. Oh, great. Okay.
This is coming out of your pockets, Sam.
Well, okay.
It starts licking your hand with
Take
his
a
little
couple
tongue.
of apples with me as well. I may as well.
Yeah, maybe take him outside for a run or something. Like, I don't know what they do to burn off energy.
Do I need to get a leash or something?
Yeah, a bit of
That
rope
would
or
be a good
something.
start, yes.
Okay.
Don't take him outside right now, though, because you know he's just going to go run off into the woods and then he's going to...
No, it's okay. I've got some
That
rope.
wouldn't be the worst thing.
Is there anything to tie around?
Ophelia. He's creepy.
It's not creepy.
I don't like the way it's slivers.
As you're having this
Yes.
conversation, a very sleepy Charity with like a hand axe is like bursts open into it. He's like, I'll kill you. Who's
No,
it?
it's us. It's us.
Oh, what are you
Charity.
fucking doing, man?
I'm sorry.
What?
Bandits.
Bandits?
Xanthius!
Oh, okay. It was my pet. Escaped under the door and jumped into the kitchen. Started eating all the
Is that what all
apples.
that racket was?
I know.
And then
I'm
I heard
sorry.
you lot making noise. I didn't know what that was. Fuck, all right, well, we'll sort it out in the morning.
We'll
but
sort it out. I'll pay for everything.
Okay, good. Yeah, that sounds great.
Great. Good night, Charity.
Night. Like looks around, like he looks at it, he pokes his head in the kitchen, like, what the fuck did this?
Yeah.
You just hear like this little from around Xanthius's neck, like munching on one of these apples, just like.
Okay, I'm gonna let it run around for a little bit. Not outside though, because I'll be possessed by a ghost that I can see, and it's definitely real.
But yeah, you return and trouble takes a long time to settle down. But is only a little thing and burns off the energy quite quickly. Probably just does laps in the room, just like
until it eventually just topples.
Yeah, basically, and it's like I'm sleepy now. But yeah, no, trouble is recovered, and you can finish your long rest.
Good night, everyone.
Philly's already in the other room.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys finish your long rest.
Hey, great.
And everything else.
Yeah.
Come the morning, it'd probably be like 5 gold's worth of supplies that trouble ruined.
Oh.
It's like a new bag of flour, bunch of new apples, bag of sugar, kind of nothing too bad to replace. Maybe like a broken bowl or a jug or something from when he was sliding around.
It had the rest of the honey.
Yeah, he ate the rest of that honey for sure.
Real good.
Got his little tongue in there. And he's passed out, by the way. This morning, he's just looped around he is super passed out, sleepy. Full of sugar.
We'll get him a leash.
Sooner rather than later.
Yes, no, I'll try. Don't really know where to tie anything around this thing. It's all just one big rope with wings.
Probably need some kind of cross harness.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
I love him so much. I just want you to know that.
He does as soon as when you were playing with him, he's licking your hand and loves snuggling up to your scales and stuff like that. He's very affectionate. He's just trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's naughty. He's a naughty boy.
He's really the best of us.
Yeah. If anybody, I should point out as well, anybody else that tries to handle trouble, he will try and bite you. Anytime, if you reach to touch him, he's in playful but not playful bites. He chomps hard.
I mean, I've still got scratches on my neck and arms and stuff from this thing clambering around.
Yeah.
He's not even delicate with me, Valero.
But yeah.
Yep. I remember that.
In the morning, is the plan for you to set off after the Gallowack? After the events of everything?
I think so. Yeah.
I think that's about right.
In that case, could you nominate who is navigating and tell me what you are doing on this travel? And are you leaving Rodri in the wagon at the inn?
I think we should.
He's in good hands here.
As long as he's looked after.
Yeah.
Yep, they can be. They'll look after Rodri. It's not really much on them to stable him. He's just water and grass. So
if he escapes, you won't get very far anyway.
Yeah, well, he's kind of got that elephant thing where you just loop the his harness around something, and he's like, well, obviously I can't leave. I'm attached. I can't go anywhere. Not realizing that he could absolutely just pull the fucking post down. He's just I can't go. I'm attached. I'm tied down.
Who I am now.
He's not that smart.
Rodri's not.
No,
smart.
I'm saying elephants.
Yeah. That's why Rodri's just Rodri's just trained to be I can't go. I'm tied to that thing. I'm not allowed.
Gruff would be talking to you, whoever the stable hand is just and another thing, he scratches after his afternoon meal. You really need those, and you really need to get your claws in, and he's just, and every time he goes to go, he's and another thing, you're writing this all down, aren't you?
So the person who looks after Rodri is in fact Charity's son, Michael, who is a human. He's a human boy. Charity's wife is a human, and so, Typhon blood, it gets passed down in certain generations, but not all. And he's he looks a little bit like his dad. He's kind of got darker skin, a little tinge of red in his hair, but he's just yes, Mr. Gruff, yes, I'm writing it all down. Yeah, absolutely. And he's
because I don't see a pencil in your hand.
It's written down in my mind.
Right, okay. And he just keeps going on with another thing, just, yeah.
Yep. And he patiently listens. He's yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Gruff is fussing for his boy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's a sweet boy.
Yeah. Rodri is also just very happy to just have water and food.
I know. Kim knows.
Kim knows, yeah. Gruff doesn't.
Gruff.
But yeah, so you can stable them there, and then you can head off. So I just need to know who is navigating and what you are getting up to whilst you travel.
Before we do head out proper, where we saw the lights outside, is there anything on the grounds outside or anything?
Oh, you want to go and search around there?
Yeah, just where we would have seen the lights. Is there anything odd in that?
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation?
Yes.
That's what they call me. Investigation
he's
man.
investigating. Daisy, do you
I
have
have
a healer's
advantage.
kit? Yeah. Cool. Tell me that.
8 uses or something.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got I've only used it once or twice.
What, the healer's kit?
Do you have any spares, like as an SP
It's
kit?
just a one kit, and then it's got uses.
I got a 14 with the gold sight eye advantage.
14. You go and examine the area where Rowan had seen the coloured light, this little orb. And it's quite far out of the village, but you spend a bit of time searching around. You don't find... It's more what you don't find than anything than something that you do find. You find no tracks, no sign of anything passing. The only thing that I would say is... You notice on a couple of the trees up quite high, maybe where this thing would have passed by, but not like a normal height. Like this is quite high up. There's like slight scorching on the trees, like some sort of intense heat or magical energy passed by.
Okay. But definitely telltale signs that it wasn't one of those crystal construct creatures.
Don't think so.
They were big.
They were big and they had like legs and they like moved and everything else. No.
Okay. Cool.
The colouring was also different because the when you fought the crystalline creature, it was like multitudes of colours swirling within it that would change. When Rowan saw it, it was like green, then blue, then yellow. Like it was a single globe of light that was changing as it moved.
Cool. Yeah, no, I thought it'd be good to see that anyway.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Obviously, I point it out to everyone.
Yeah, I have 8 uses.
Is there anyone in Colvel that I can buy a healer's kit from?
As I said, there's no general trader here. Like Maggie might have something, but it's not going to be a full healer's kit.
What about Sergeant Trader?
Funny guy.
Thanks.
So,
Why were you thinking?
I have a new thing that I can do with healer's kits.
Do
I
you
need
want
a
to
healer's
carry it?
kit.
Do you want it instead?
It's probably best for you to have.
You sure?
Because I can heal. It's just more like I'm over catastrophizing for going into a dungeon.
I'll be fine.
It'll be
How
fine.
bad can it be?
What can you do with healer's kits?
So as part of the new eat them. As part of the new feats rules, I had to change my my background. So I'm now a healer, which means I have battle medic. So as a utilized action, you can expend 1 use of a healer's kit to tend to a creature within 5 foot of yourself, and that creature can expend 1 of its HP dice, and then you roll that die. You regain a number of HP equal to the roll plus 3.
Well, maybe better if you just have it then. I can give it to you.
Just thinking if I run out of
Spell slots.
healing spell slots.
It's not a lot, but it's a good sort of. It's also good in between, like if you need to top up and you don't have time for a rest.
Yeah.
6 seconds to
You
give
can have
somebody
it
a bit
if
of
you
heal.
want,
You got some spare spell slots from never healing me because,
That's true.
like
Oh,
I
don't
said,
worry, I've filed that away.
yeah.
No, you can have it. I'll give it to you.
So a healer's kit with
8 uses.
8 uses.
Just before, because I want to go on to the break. Who is navigating? What are people doing on their
Well,
travel?
it's
So I want to do that roll before we go to
Yeah.
break.
Normally, Big Roro takes the lead.
I think I overdid it last night.
Well, no, it wasn't too bad. You didn't
Everything
throw
was
up.
foggy.
You didn't throw up. You didn't.
I would like to do this with disadvantage.
Great. What I was going to say is I'm going to spend a fate point to make you make a Constitution saving throw to see how badly you are hungover.
Hey. Sick. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I know you want to just do it for the sake of it, but this is like exactly what the kind of fate points is good for on the GM side of me to be like, yeah, I'm going to spend it to make
Hangovers.
you- yeah, like that. Or like minor detriments and stuff like that. Con saving throw. He's a big lad. He might be all right.
11.
Plus.
13.
13, I would say it's enough for you to not have disadvantage. You are bleary, you're still feeling the effects of it, but it's not so bad that you're going to struggle to navigate things like that. Yeah.
That was really cool.
No, that was pretty
that
bad.
was bad.
That was
You were
get it.
still drunk.
Wait, what happened?
I was
It's just when
coherent.
Rhiannon was still drunk.
Rihanna was
I see.
Before break. Let's not get distracted,
It
ADHD
was
kids.
gun dog night.
Yeah, gun dog. Is this your dog?
So it would be a survival check for
Everyone in
Rowan.
chat is loving this.
8.
I'm sure they are, but I'm also aware that we want to go on break and I want to
I
move
need a
on.
wee.
Oh,
Oh.
24.
Oh.
24,
Nice.
fantastic. So Rowan is going to be leading by navigating. What is everyone else doing as you travel?
I'd like to look with my eyes and Saren scan.
Okay, so scouting ahead and like basically trying to be a warn of any incoming dangers. Okay.
I kind of want to keep on the lookout for signs of travel and who might have.
Okay, like looking for tracks and passing bys and
yeah,
stuff. Okay.
to see, because obviously if the squire has been out here, then I kind of want to look out for that.
Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, just to amend mine slightly, because of what he was hearing last night about the false cries for help and stuff like that, like, Gruff wants to hear for that. Like, if he hears, like, weird, like,
That'll be less of a Saren thing and more of a Gruff thing, I imagine. But yeah, okay. Xanthias.
I think I'll. Again, it's perception. I think, like everyone else, but
Yeah, if you can think of something else, like this is very much you're allowed to be creative here.
I want to.
If you're keeping everyone's morale up or like
Tracking's
thinking about
survival anyway.
Sorry.
Tracking is going to be
Tracks is
survival. Yes.
Oh, that's true. But I want to instead of looking for tracks for
Pascal.
I want to keep my eye on the sort of the treetop line and look for the sort of scorching that was left behind. See if there's a similar or even more of them than what we found before.
Okay, that would be investigation.
Oh, great.
So can I get a survival roll from Daisy, investigation from Xanthias, perception check from Gruff, and then what's Ophelia doing?
I think Ophelia might take Osa's advice and keep an eye out for any signs of dryads, spirits, and fairies.
Okay.
Yeah, just see if
interesting.
her...
So I would say that's a nature roll because it will be more on your knowledge of like folklore rather than actual like looking for perception. This is like looking out for signs of nature spirits or things that might indicate them.
Don't
If
want to
you're
upset
with
the
that.
dryads, yeah?
Yeah, all right. Nature roll then, please.
Banging.
What do we get on our survival?
14.
14.
I got a natural 20.
Natural 20.
unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
3.
3. You make your way and you travel for about 2 days, making your way through the deep woods, following the directions that were given to you by Claude and maybe some of the other locals as well. As you travel, Ophelia, you're keeping an eye out for things like dryads and things like that. You don't encounter anything that you're familiar with, nothing that kind of alerts you to it. You don't hear any like signs or cries for help for most of that journey, Gruff, but maybe as we get later to your final destination, you might. The scorching, you see no sign of a regular pattern, Xanthias, but you do every now and then see erratic marks that are very similar. Like you don't see like a trail of them, but every now and then, like keeping an eye out for it over those 2 days, you might just sometimes see like a line, like trees where it's scorch, and then nothing. And like they seem to just almost like indicating that these orbs or whatever they were travel in erratic patterns all over the woods, basically.
Do they go like up and down as well?
Sometimes they go down. You got a natural 20, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that like
It's just 20
you can
total.
glean as you're journeying for 2 days, moving through the woods. You pick up on a few things. Those lights move in erratic patterns across the Rustwell Woods. There's no real clear direction they're coming from or direction they're going to.
Okay.
What they do seem to do is sometimes you see signs of like maybe where animals have nested or like come to feed, and they dip down lower and then they vanish and things like that. There's signs that they are maybe attracted to living creatures and seem to focus in on them.
There's no indication that they were... Like, there's not like a body next to someone scorching.
Never any bodies.
It's just
Never any bodies.
Like curious watching movements.
But there are disappearances, are there not?
There's a lack of bodies.
Lack of
There's a
bodies.
deep lack of bodies.
With the survival check on Pascal, you would maybe like once at some point on the journey, Daisy, you find what looks like somebody made a temporary shelter, and you find like leftover like crumbs of clearly like travel rations. Like these aren't like natural foods. You feel where somebody's like, Nim points out like, oh, somebody's made like a lean-to there. Not particularly well. This looks like the efforts of somebody who does not really know what they're doing and is kind of... Nim would describe it as somebody who's read how to do this in a book versus somebody who has done it in practice.
A Nova versus an Ayla.
Yes. But you do see signs of it, and you seem to be on the right track. You are kind of traveling in the same direction that this person traveled in.
Definitely come up this
Definitely come up this way,
good
yeah.
to know.
when you reach on the second day, you begin to arrive. I know you want to go to the loo, but you arrive.
No pee for you.
Crossing the river, you find the looming, imposing, jagged fangs of the Empress, the mountains that divide Caldra and Gildai from Kelskaris. These immense, jagged peaks become the backdrop, and the foothills, everything turns into a steep incline as you are now moving through like a hilled woodland. Eventually, the trees begin to thin out and become sparser, giving way to rocky outcroppings or hills. And on the second day, when you begin to near where the location of the gallows stone, the Gallowack stone, you see this clearing and this kind of series of mountains with a cave mouth, outside of which there are a number of rocky hills or cliffs or outcroppings nearby, one of which has an unusual kind of shape to it that does look like some sort of serpentine winged beast, far too thin to be a dragon, and it has just an unusual shape rock, probably worn down by water erosion or something like that, but you can see it having like to local folklore perhaps. And Gruff, that's when either you or Seren alerts you can hear like a faint kind of whimpering coming from within the cave, a kind of like you hear like these weird noises coming from up inside it. As you do, you catch sight of up in that opening of a cave mouth. You see on the floor, scattered around the entrance, shreds of a red cauldron tabard. Kind of scattered nearby. And that's where we'll take our break and we'll come back.
Okay.
Pascal.
But there was whimpering. Oh, wait, no.
Not find out. With that, we will be back very shortly for part 2 of Altheya the Dragon Empire. We'll see you then.
Nice.
It's pee time.
Pee time.
I'm going to sign off.
Welcome back to part 2 of Altheya the Dragon Empire. Our heroes have journeyed deeper into the Rust Whale Woods in search of the Gallowack. A mythical beast of folklore in these parts, believing that perhaps Squire Pascal came this way whilst investigating Colvel and the mysterious disappearances. There were strange lights seen in the nighttime, and on their journey they have uncovered a few interesting little tidbits perhaps as well. But they have arrived at the base of the Fangs of the Empress in the hills, the foothills just below the mountains, on an inclined forested hill. As they see a cave up ahead, they've seen remnants of a shredded cauldron red tabard, and are hearing whimpering and strange wailing noises coming from a cave to the north. That is where we jump in now, my friends, and I do indeed have a map for you all.
Whoa.
I have placed you upon said map.
Post map.
Which I'm quite pleased with this one. I think it's a nice looking,
Very
map.
nice. It's falling over here.
Well, that is the thing. Perhaps if you get closer, you will know more. But yes, so you find yourselves sort of looking up. I should point out there is an incline to this map. So where you guys are, up to myself, or if you're watching on YouTube, on Patrons, as they move further north up in towards the cave, there is an incline. Won't necessarily matter too much for your speed right now, but just something to keep into
Not so bad that it slows us down then. Okay.
No, it's not difficult terrain or anything like that. But maybe if you were, moving down the other way, you would actually be able to move a little bit quicker.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Right, my friends, before we go further,
Yes.
there were 2 things that old Claude told me last night. One,
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Remember, the cries for distress could be the Gallowack itself trying to lure us towards it. So don't necessarily believe if you hear someone crying out for help like I can currently hear. It's quite irritating.
It's kind of coming and going as well. It's you kind of hear.
They're like no words. It's just
Someone whimpering, like somebody in pain, or like somebody who's like, there is like a kind of almost muttering quality to it as well. But it's also echoing, it's distorted, because it's quite quiet. It's not like shouting or loud.
You also said that its cries could makes you go mad. So I don't know if that's some kind of spell or defense mechanism or something like that. You know, it shrieks and it makes you go crazy or something.
Okay, I mean, I could look for signs of magic, perhaps. I might have to get closer to see it, though.
What if, right, we stuff our ears, and then we use Nim and your ability to speak to each other?
There will always be one person left out. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's probably me.
I can also use Seren to scout ahead, and Seren can speak to me.
Will Seren now be able to resist that?
I don't know, actually.
Because it seems much more...
Seren is a physical creature, as a familiar.
Yeah.
They're not spirits.
Yeah, she has saving throws, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, now that you speak about it, I don't really know that I want to put her in that danger.
Okay, well, I can try and detect any kind of magic. With detect magic. But if it's not a magical thing, I also have to be quite close to it, 30 feet, to get any sense of magic. But it could also just not be magic. It could just be a
Something the
thing
creature can
does.
do.
Yeah. But stuffing our ears isn't a bad idea.
What?
Okay, he's already done it. Stuffing our ears is not a bad idea. Thumbs up to Rowan.
Do any of you know sign language or anything?
Well, like Rowan said, we can use Nim. It'll just be one person cut out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do any of you know sign language? Because I do.
You do?
Yes.
Give us, what's help?
Gruff signs for help.
Right, okay, I'll try and remember that. And what's run away?
Gruff signs for run away.
Okay. Do you actually?
Yeah, so it's...
One of the languages that I believe you've taken.
Yeah,
One of the
it's
newer
now been-
languages from 2024 Players Handbook.
It's been added into 2024 rules.
Common sign language.
Yeah, common sign language.
So I imagine that this is like as a taught thing that, yeah, like it is a common thing that some people pick up on, you know, depending on where they grew up and their background. I mean, it makes sense for like sailors in an ice heart when there's a blizzard, you know, you can sign, you can't necessarily, like you can do various signs. I don't actually know sign language.
I started to try and learn it for this moment, but it's all gone out of my head immediately. So I apologise to those of you who know sign language.
Yeah.
All I remember is that from a rose, when we started doing that salute, someone did tell us that it's like an asshole or something like that if we did it from our chest.
That's
So that's all I remember.
Okay,
so
great.
That's kind of fine.
just file that away.
All right,
Fun
okay.
facts.
What folks doing?
Help. That's help. Thumbs up on a palm.
Is that American Sign Language or is that?
Yeah, what?
Because there is different types. Anyway, not getting distracted. What's the plan?
I think Ophelia would want to check the ground for any signs of like blood or a scuffle, struggle.
Sure.
So
Just in the area where you guys currently are now, at the sort of base of the hill.
well, if Xanthias is going forwards to have a look
Not
for magic.
right now.
Not
I'll go
half
with
of it.
everyone, but...
Yeah.
How far away is the cave, the mouth of the cave from us?
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, about 80?
I'd say if you're going as the crow flies, 5...
As the ice diver
15,
flies,
20,
please.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45...
Do you have a thing, Ophelia, where you can, like, sense blood or, like...
65, 70,
No.
75, 80...
I've got
so it's about
enhanced
90, 100 feet.
Okay.
Like
I can
90-ish
see-
feet.
I can see 120 feet in darkness.
But you don't have any, like, special,
But I
like,
can't-
blood
I
sense
can't
or anything like
detect
that?
blood, no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Not yet.
So your dark vision also kicks in when you're fully in darkness. Like if you're looking into a dark hole and it's bright light outside, I would argue that actually your dark vision wouldn't kick in until you're in complete darkness. Yeah, or at least low light, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. I will activate the group chat.
Who are you leaving
Except
out?
for Gruff, but I'll be able to sign to you.
Okay.
That's good.
Podcast listeners, Gruff just did 2 thumbs up.
Which is sign language for...
Thumbs up.
Great. I with my gold sight eye can cast detect magic
7 hours.
at will. 7 hours of this.
Hello, you're stuck with me. La 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 la.
So concentration for 10 minutes, and anything within 30 feet of me, obviously not blocked by stone and stuff like that, I can see magic.
Okay. Noted.
Nothing yet?
In that initial immediate area, you don't sense any magic.
Okay.
I feel if you'd like to, you can give me if you're looking the ground for like signs of battle and things like that. I think that would either be, I'd say you can either do it as a survival check or as a perception check.
Okay, cool.
Survival more for like tracks and like, movements, and then perception for like signs of blood and stuff like that.
Don't bother.
I mean, well, you still try.
I try, it's a 1.
But yeah, you are.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, how this looks for Ophelia. Is it being distracted or?
She's just not very good at this kind of thing yet.
Yeah. So it's like focusing on the wrong things, like kind of like sees like a broken twig and spends like a good
Just
minute is this it? No, I don't.
No.
Is it? No.
I've seen Gruff do this kind of thing. It looks.
Looks so easy.
It does look easy when Gruff does it. I don't know what he's looking for.
Daisy's in your head going, I know a song, they'll get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on. Just over and over
Daisy,
again.
I'm trying to concentrate, hang on.
I know a song, oh my god!
That grass is bent over there, it's fallen over, that blade of grass there, it's just... Am I doing this right, Gruff?
Gruff can't hear.
Gruff's got his ears plugged. We've got
Yeah, I've got my ears plugged.
What are you plugging them with?
I have a bag of coffee beans.
You're going to put coffee beans in your ears. Okay.
I'm going to try a variety of different sizes until one goes in.
Oh no!
Really quite big.
Yep. You try and stuff your ears with coffee beans.
Does anyone else want one?
No, I'm okay,
Genuine
actually.
question, like, if people like, Rowan is doing it with coffee beans, what is like Gruff and anybody else, what are you actually stuffing your ears with?
What do you have, like
Sticks and leaves? Like, what, rocks? Oh, just conveniently, there's
I don't mean like that, but if there's, if I can make a bundle of leaves and like,
I mean, a bundle of leaves is not going to be a very effective way to stuff your ears.
I want some
You would need something like wax or like some sort of softer material to like really try and make something that's going to do a good job. Like parchment leaves, they're not going to properly block out sound.
I've got a candle. I could light a candle and then try and melt it. And
bedroll have any wool in it? Or is it literally just a...
It would be like feathers, I think.
Okay.
It'd be like feathers, basically, full of it. I'd say the candle, but it will take you a while to like get enough wax to like make like wax earplugs. I'd say one candle, unless you were doing this for like hours, I'd say you can make enough for like, I'm going to be generous and say 2 people.
I'm afraid I don't have a wealth of time right now. I'm concentrating on a spell right now, so I'm just going to block my ears with my hands. And
So if you burn like a candle for like...
What if Xanthi
few
is
minutes.
heating up the wax?
Yeah. I'd say, but I'm talking about, because the candle's not going to be a big candle. So like by the time you melt off the wax and some of it burns off, I'd say you'd have enough moldable wax to do 2 full sets of good earplugs that will block out sound completely. I will also point out, if you are deafened, spell casting is very difficult.
Yes,
Because you cannot hear yourself do the verbal components. So you can still do it, but there is a check you have to make, basically.
I would like to rip a bit of my sash that's around my waist and make little earbuds out of that.
I'm going to tell you now, it's not going to be an effective. Like sash, like a bit of fabric stuffed in is it might do a job, but it's not going to completely block out sound.
Okay.
What?
what have you found in your inventory?
I just had an idea.
Oh, no.
I just get Percy to walk behind me.
He has bony phalanges, and again, it's going to like block it pretty. But
He's bone, he reverberates.
That's true.
Also, he still has
conducting
he's a creature,
headphones.
so he would have
If anything, it's louder.
It's amplified.
Like wearing a pair of loops, not sponsored. You can hear only certain things, but quite a lot better. Like it dampens some sound, but not.
Okay,
all.
like I said, everyone, just 9.5 minutes left on my concentration, so I need to get going if we want to see magic.
Before I thought of that, I have calligrapher's supplies, so can I like uncork a couple of ink vial bottles and use the corks to...
I will allow that.
Yeah,
That's going to be better than fabric. Like 2 big corks, like really shoved in there. Like
do have 5 potion bottles.
Oh, I got Teresa to do all the inking for me anyway.
You get rid of that. Right, that calligraphy kit is gone because that's most of the supplies.
Yeah.
I'd say that and the candle if you want to, but it would need to be done now. Like Xanthias would need to melt the candle with fire magic, and then you could make.
Yeah. Fireball. No, I don't. I'll do
Great.
produce flame.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Well, 2 people can use the wax from the candle then.
I hold them out. I'm not picking. Somebody take them if you want them.
I'm sorted.
Could I use sculpt element to sculpt like dirt into mud and like
What does sculpt element say?
So it's part of elementalism, and it's like sculpt element. You cause dirt, sand, fire, smoke, mist, or water that can fit in a 1-foot cube to assume a crude shape for 1 hour.
Can you do it for like stone and rock and stuff? Or?
Dirt, sand, fire, smoke, mist, smoke. So I'm wondering if I can.
I would say you can make some mod ones, but they will not be
It's
like
not
they
great,
will.
is it?
Yeah, there's a chance that they will fall apart because it's like going to be sodden dirt in a shape.
I'm
The
just
thing with the
gonna-
wax and the corks is like they are like fully like cemented and they're not really going to move.
I'm going with fabric from my. That's all
So
I
the
have,
fabric will
yeah.
partially work, but it's not a full seal.
Okay. I'll take those. It's better than plugging my ears with my fingers.
Okay. Just remember. So anybody who uses these, you now have the deafened condition. If you try and cast spells with verbal components, you have to make a check. Basically, you have to do a check to see if you can do it.
Is it all of us or just the ones?
Anybody who's Rowan, your coffee beans are not effective as earplugs.
And now there's one in your brain.
I think one's gone in.
You're so
I'll
awake
put
now.
another one in.
For Gruff, your fabric ones, I would say they dampen sound, so you are not fully deafened. If there is any sort of sonic attack or something like that, I will give you advantage on the saving throw. Any violent maneuver like being thrown or knocked will knock them out, basically.
I'm deafened.
Yep. And also, being deafened, you can't hear each other speak, and you can't hear any other creature speak as well. You can only do it via mental comms.
Mind Palace. Mind WhatsApp.
Sure.
Sorry, I didn't invite you.
I was very much invited. I can hear you.
Yeah. All right. So this is probably taken, by the time it takes to like melt the candle and everything else, probably about 5 minutes of time have gone. So you've got 5 minutes left on the detect magic.
Really wish I'd cast this a little bit later. But okay, should we move forward? Anything with the tracks, Ophelia?
What did you just do?
She just told a story from her childhood.
Oh, for
Sorry?
fuck's sake. You got something stuck in your ear and had to go to the hospital, didn't you?
Close.
Was it coffee beans?
Nose?
It was a baked bean up her nose.
Yeah.
Well, you had to go to the hospital for
Surely
it.
that would just disintegrate after a bit.
Mark's gonna go. You can't mention the B word.
Smell of that would be.
That's why I didn't say it out loud.
Thank you, I
Surely would
appreciate
have
that.
rotated and then come out the mouth again.
Gruff is going to make some hand gestures that he's moving forward.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, how far are you moving forward, Gruff?
I would like to move a conservative 15 foot to start with.
Okay.
Just tentatively see what the kids are doing. Probably heading towards this outcropping of rocks in front of him, just to use that as a bit of cover.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm
I'll,
gonna move towards those, behind those big rocks there. Please.
Yeah, I kind of want to go
I will
similar.
stay in Gruff's vision though, so that I can sign.
Well, Gruff is moving up here,
front,
like
so-
he's at the front, so you can't.
I'll skirt round it then.
What's it like here?
No, skirt round behind Gruff. Like that's where Gruff is going.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still, he can't see you.
If he turns around, he can.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
not turning.
I want to go.
I just wanted to stay so that if he turns around to look
Gotcha,
for me, I
gotcha,
can
gotcha.
talk to him.
I'm not turning my head.
Uh,
Don't look back.
You're like
You've
Bat-
also closed your
original
eyes.
Batman.
Always go
the
forward.
bandana's crossing your eyes too. Yeah, I'd like to go sort of around the other side of the rock because I want to get a good peek at the inside of the cave from where we are.
So like all the way around here?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
What about Ophelia, Percival, and Rowan?
I think Ophelia, I don't think she'll want to stray too far from the group. Maybe I'll skirt towards that big cluster of rocks over there. Yeah,
Yeah.
what they're pointing at. Yeah, perfect.
Right. Move up behind these trees and
Yeah.
dash over sort of here. Are you going to have Percival
With
come with
Percy,
you?
yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rowan's seeing that. It's like,
Yeah. Strategy. And Rowan's going to go left and go wide on the left.
Where is Rowan?
Towards Xanthius?
Yeah, but in his aims is to go beyond and go to this rock.
Okay. I'd say that you get to sort of like over behind these trees now, or maybe up to this tree. Okay. So as you guys are making these first initial movements, Xanthius, did you want to try and peep in? And peep?
So I guess it's still beyond 30 feet away. But
One thing, though, is as you move up next to these rocks, Daisy, Xanthius, and Gruffith, and Ophelia, all of you notice that these rocky outcroppings, you don't need to check to notice this, they are these kind of like natural rocky outcroppings, but there are weird carvings in all of these.
runes or?
Rune-ic, but not a specific rune of any nature. These are almost like shapes. Geometric shapes, spirals, triangles, like very deftly made, but just erratic. And the whole rock is covered in them.
Does it look similar to either Rowan's arms or what we saw in the Volant Vault?
Similar. Yeah, similar. But it looks like it's been made with a jagged tool or a claw or something like that. It's just covered in them. Every surface that can be reached, even like infinitely tiny small ones scratched into wherever it can be. No magic, though.
No magic.
No. Any other checks or anything whilst you guys are moving up?
Well, from where I am, and I guess Rowan as well, like, do we have like a line to see sort of more into the cave, or is it just darkness?
Yeah, give me a perception check. It's a little bit of a distance, and it is shadowy inside.
Yeah.
Is that all of us, or just...
Those two are the only ones who've said they're doing it so far. If Gruff would like to as
I
well.
would like to look into the cave.
Say, Gruff, your line of sight is actually being blocked by this rock
I will not
here.
look in the cave.
Same with Ophelia. Whereas Xanthius and Rowan are the only two who've got like a nice clear line of sight.
I got 19.
19.
I got 9.
Rowan, you can see that inside the cave, there is what appear to be a couple, maybe 2 or 3 shapes, one of which looks humanoid. Something slumped up against the wall, red. Maybe you glance a little bit of red in the shadowy light. Something metal glinting on their body, just slumped up again. The other 2 look like piles of something, like on the ground, like bigger, like quite big piles of something, but not humanoid in shape.
Hey, everybody. It's Rowan in your head.
Hi, Rowan.
I think I see a body with a bit of red on it inside.
Like the cauldron.
What did you get?
symbol?
19.
Yeah.
I will tap Gruff and tell Gruff what Rowan has.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just assume I'm relaying everything that they say
Yeah.
to Gruff.
Rowan, something deeper in the cave.
Well, hold on.
You see in the darkness something move.
Uh-oh.
Like some shape shifts.
Well, that's not good.
Light moves ever so slightly.
Use your words. What is it? What do you see?
Ooh, what was that?
What was it?
You can actually picture things. And
I give you an image.
It's like a
Instinctively.
just a shape. Like you see the kind of forms. Something
quite
looks
far
vaguely
away.
humanoid. Yeah, it's like peering in and like just something inside shifts, causing the light to move, like as if something big just moved inside.
I don't like this.
Okay, if we're getting closer, we need to do it very, very quietly.
Yes.
Yeah, you can make stealth checks if you like. Move at half speed.
Yeah.
And we're going uphill, aren't we, as well?
You are going uphill, but that doesn't going to affect your movement just yet.
Stealth.
Yeah, just wondering where I can get to that's not so...
Yeah, my boy.
Well, either way, I'm doing it stealthily, so...
Rowan got 20.
20.
He is the ground.
27.
27.
11.
11.
7 for Ophelia,
7
and
for Ophelia.
Percival got a 11.
Me has disadvantage on his stealth. Did you do that? Because he has heavy armor. What about
11
Xanthius?
twice.
Or is Xanthius staying put?
I should, but I wasn't going to. I rolled a 2.
Okay.
With my +1, so a nat 1.
So all of you have about half movement. So where are you trying to get to? Let's go round. Rowan.
I'm going to go to the left of that rock.
Okay. So like 5, 10, 15 would get you to about here.
I'll go
your
to the
half
edge
movement.
and peek round the corner.
Well, this is where you get to with half movement.
Oh, half
stealth.
movement, yeah, you're right.
So Xanthius, where would you be trying to get to as you are moving up quietly?
Yeah, I think I want to head over towards where Rowan is, but I guess this would end up leaving me in the open, which is
15.
I suppose only fitting for my.
But you are trying to be quiet.
Yeah.
Gruffith, where are you trying to get to?
You just sneeze.
Xanthius is like crossing the distance between these two rocky outcroppings and a tree.
I guess I'm trying to go forward towards. There's a circular rock with a.
This one?
Yeah, in front of me.
But you would only get the 15.
Yeah.
So you're out sort of in the middle here. Ophelia, what about you?
I think Ophelia will climb up on that little rocky
Yeah.
shelf and go behind that little divot.
So about here.
Yeah, perfect.
And then where do you want Percival to
And
go?
Percy will follow Ophelia but at the bottom, so he'll skirt around the bottom.
This way.
Yeah, perfect.
He gets to about here.
Thank you very much.
And then Daisy, finally.
Can I try and get to the top of the rock that's beside the very top, but just be flat on my stomach looking towards the...
You don't have a climb speed or anything, do you? So this would require an athletics check to climb up. It's not too difficult because it is quite a natural craggy rock, but it is 10 feet tall. So these rocks are 10 feet, and then each set of rocks is about 10 feet. So that's 10 feet up and then 20 feet up for this tall bit.
Okay.
Same for this bit here. Ophelia is about 20 feet up, 10 feet up off the ground. Same with the cave entrance.
only
The
a
cave
10.
entrance is about like 25-ish feet up. A 10 is just enough.
Ew, cool.
You managed to climb up here, but then you're going flat on your belly.
Yeah, I want to like
So you are
go
prone.
along towards the other end.
Well, climbing is difficult, so that would
Can
be
I
like
use
all
a
your
dash,
movement.
though?
Yeah, you could use a dash. Are you still sneaking though?
Yeah.
Yep, so
But
you'd go
could I, so
15
would
more
I get
feet.
essentially
Where do you want to go to? Here?
the other side, that little outcropping just on the other side of it near Zen?
This one?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't be able to get there because you have to go round. You'd climb up here to the first bit, and then you'd have to climb round. So 15 feet would get you to about here.
Okay.
But that's with half movement. So as you guys all start stealthily moving, some of you more successful than others. As Xanthius, you do hear a loud crunch as something underfoot you didn't notice, like a loose branch. Percival makes some noise. I think, Gruff, you rolled quite low as well. You kick a stone. There is an immediate response, as if something was waiting and had already perhaps heard you come.
Well, yeah.
You hear this, and I want to make sure I don't do a noise that you all laugh at.
I can't hear anything.
No, but there would be
That's
this.
true.
Some of you do still hear, though, because Rowan and
I don't wanna
Gruff's
hear it then.
thing does not hear it, does not fully block it out. You hear this kind of as this thing comes pulling itself out of this, and it's this horrid wailing kind of whale noise almost, as this thing comes
there it is.
Oh, I don't
pulling
like that.
itself.
That's horrible.
God.
I've been sitting looking at that wing all
Oh
session.
my god.
As
Yeah.
this creature with long, sinuous, gross wings. The miniature is not exactly right. This thing looks so much even more sickly.
Oh, good.
Its wings.
It's worse than that.
Its wings are like a thin, translucent membrane. Its scales are this kind of shifting, putrid yellow incandescence. Its enormous white eyes, and it has like a mouth that hangs open far too wide, like a distended mouth. And it just lets out this wailing noise.
It's creepy.
And it crawls, it pulls itself out in a quick rush, and it also has this long, slender, spined tail. And it looks around at all of you. Some of you are hidden. No, actually, I say some of you. Daisy is currently hidden with a 27, but everybody else, even the 20, Rowan, it seems to be a very perceptive creature as it becomes aware of prey entering the lair of the Gallowack. So that is going to be initiative.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Cool. Oh. Nice. Nice.
Not nice.
Daisy,
16.
16 for Daisy. Xanthius,
Unnatural 20.
20 for Xanthias. Gruffith.
8.
8 for Gruffith. Rowan.
I got
10.
10 for Rowan. Ophelia.
17 for Ophelia.
17 for Ophelia. What is your dex, Ophelia?
It's 16.
Okay, all right. And then Percival?
Percy got a 6.
6. Perfect. I will have Rowan go before these guys. Okay, Xanthius, you are the first to react to this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just stood on a stick or something that made a loud
kind of
noise.
wince and
it-
like look
yeah,
over.
Ordinarily, it would be like, okay, now's the time to dive, but I was like a deer in headlights, and then this thing sort of emerges.
It's like whip quick as well.
Oh, yeah, big
immediately.
fan of that noise.
Yum, 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 yum,
When it comes, is it now within 30 feet of me?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet you are away from this thing.
This thing's huge. Okay, all right.
It is a huge creature.
Yeah.
Big fellow.
So I still can't quite see. Well, I mean, it's there now, but I don't see any signs of magic on it.
What's crazy is the folklore is real.
Yeah.
That's
They
legit.
were-
It
It's
always
legit.
comes from somewhere.
What's crazy is they're all
real.
about to appear at the same time as well. Fucking fuck. So I can't see anything special on it. I'm about to do something nasty. It's just gonna take me time. Is it flying?
This thing has just crawled out of the cave mouth. Its wings spray up into the air, but it is not currently flying.
Currently. I think.
There's something about distended jaws that
Yeah.
unnerves me.
Right, I'm gonna test some resistances on this thing with a chromatic orb.
Okay.
I do have the earplugs in. However, I'm going to spend a sorcery point because I have subtle spell,
Very nice.
so I can cast it without somatic
Or verbal
verbal. Yeah.
components. That will eliminate the check. So normally what it would be is it's a DC 10 plus the level of the spell.
Okay.
Magic check. So it's like your ability modifier. So if you would be a charisma
Oh, okay.
check.
That's
For
not.
Gruff, it'll be a
yeah.
wisdom check. So it's doable, but there is a chance you roll low and you might flub the spell.
Yeah. And because I spent a sorcery
If it has a
point,
verbal component. So check your components, people.
Oh, that's true. Well, chromatic is all three,
Yep,
but
so
it's none.
subtle.
With subtle.
Yep.
So yeah, I just need to make an attack on it.
Okay.
Chromatic orb being slightly different to how we remember now.
Yeah.
I can choose the damage type. Yeah. Okay. So, does a 25 hit this thing?
It does.
Fantastic. I am going to choose. Let's say cold damage.
Cold damage. Okay. How much are we talking?
I need to roll some dice, don't I?
You do.
3d8 of damage. If there's something special about if I roll 2 more 8s, then it chains, which is a new thing. But I didn't. I got
Chain two.
nothing to
current.
chain 2. But I got 6, 6, and a 7, so that's 19.
19 points
Cold
of cold
damage.
damage. The orb streaks across the mountain, kind of rocky incline towards the creature, impacts against its body. It shatters ice across
Great.
its serpentine eel-like body.
Ice works. Ice works well. Tis weak to ice.
It's not weak to it, but it
Tis
does.
ice will protect us. Ice. Ice.
Nice. Anything else on your turn,
Ice
then?
is nice. And I will. So because I used a sorcery point to do subtle spell, it also gives me some runic things as well.
Okay. Any movement or bonus actions?
Movement, I would like to back up some. I know I want to be close to it to get the magique, but I want to just head maybe just behind that tree next to me, closer to Rowan there.
Yep. Take a little bit of cover. Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's all she wrote, she being me.
Okie dokie.
Your ear's hurting.
Ophelia.
5 fuck it. I'm gonna rage and run in and smack this boy.
Okay.
Okay. So you just basically run over because you have climb speed where you just walk over it basically. So
Pretty much.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What's your movement speed?
50 feet.
Oh yeah. Do you want to go round this side?
Can I climb up onto that stalactite?
It is too. You can technically because I'm gonna just remove it to balance your miniature on it.
Stalagmite, sorry, mate.
Yes, I will.
Because
Put
it
that.
might grow up to the ceiling.
Yeah. I'm just going to move that there so I can balance you on that rock. Yeah, you absolutely can. You've got enough movement speed, and with your Dampier movement abilities.
Sweet.
The first thing I need you to do as you get close to this thing is make a charisma saving throw, please.
Of course. 16.
You succeed. As you draw closer to this thing, it whips its sort of head around, and in your mind, Ophelia, you begin to hear just this cacophony. It's coming, whispers, and you sort of blink and shut your mind off to it and try and close your eyes, focusing on. You do manage to succeed.
Would Nim have heard that? Via telepathic communication?
No.
Interesting.
Good.
Oh. Anyway, I will rage and smack this guy.
Okay.
13, 19 to hit.
19 will hit it.
Sick.
Great.
So that's 7 for 10 plus 2, 12 damage.
12 points of damage.
Can I use Veracity's ability and that drain his blood?
Yes.
I shall like to do that, please.
Okay.
So that's 13. 13 blood, so that's my maths. So
I'm
31,
hypnotised by this
40,
It's cool, isn't it?
I just got
43.
sucked into looking at his
So
eyes.
he's got 43 now, Veracity.
Okay.
Well, not inky eyes.
And I would like to hit him
Milky.
again.
Okay.
Milky eyes.
19 to hit again.
Hell
Hits.
And again, exactly the same damage. 7, 11, 12, 13 again. 13
Solid.
points.
13 more points of damage. Okay. After you finish hitting it, Ophelia, it is going to spin its body and its tail comes whipping around to strike you as a reaction.
Do it.
That is a 27 to hit.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Tail. That's a big yikes.
That is going to be 12 points of damage, and I need a strength saving throw from you, please.
Okay, is that like bludgeoning or?
This is, in fact, it is bludgeoning, so it would be halved, so 7 reduced to 3.
3 damage and strength save. Do I have advantage? I don't know. No, it's dex. Isn't it?
No, you're raging, so you do have advantage.
Okay, 17.
I can't remember.
21.
21. The tail hits you in the chest and almost throws you off the rock, but you manage to dig Veracity in and dig your feet in.
Hell yeah.
And hold on to as you feel this force trying to knock you away, basically.
Cool.
Anything else on your turn?
Can I reaction hellish rebuke?
You can. React to a reaction, you absolutely can.
So that is a.
This is a spell.
True.
Is it a verbal component spell?
It is. So
Right,
never
I
mind.
need. No, you can cast it. What I need, because you are currently deafened, you need to make a DC. It's first level. DC 11 spellcasting check. So D20 plus your charisma mod.
D20 plus charisma. Okie dokie.
See if you can pull this off.
14.
That's a success. So
Hell
you do cast the
yeah,
spell.
boy. So a dex save for you.
That is going to be a 15.
15. That is a success. So half
half
damage. 9 halved.
So
fire damage.
4.
For fire.
4 points of fire damage. The fire engulfs part of its member and its wing. It beats it very quickly, but you can see it reacts to the fear of the fire and does seem to be singed by it as well.
And it
Fire
now
2.
has.
Fire 2 works.
I have Vex, so don't worry. I've got advantage on my next attack.
You have advantage on your next attack. Yeah, that's right. Remember your words. At the end of your turn, I'm going to spend a fate point to take a legendary action.
Shit.
And it is going to use... very curious. It is going to reposition. So it flies up into the air, not provoking opportunity attacks.
Oh, no.
And will move here.
No, guff, guffy, wuffy.
That's the podcast.
At the end of its reposition, it can also make another tail attack, which it is going to use against you, Ophelia.
Go for it.
That is going to be a 16.
Just hits.
Oh, just hits. That is going to be 10 points of bludgeoning damage, so half to 5. And then another strength saving throw, please.
Alrighty.
Then
14,
we become
18.
folk.
18. Again, you succeed. Veracity, dug into the rock. You get whipped back, but hold your ground.
Nice.
That is at the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, the creature's go is next, unfortunately.
Okay.
It is going to. The first thing it's going to do is it can't catch you guys in a line yet. I could reposition myself to.
But would the Gallowack do that?
Well, it's a pretty smart creature,
Okay.
even though it's a bit mad.
He smack, he whack, he do attack.
The Gallowack.
It is going to take into the air.
Oh.
Take in the air. Do we get a...
You and Ophelia will both get an attack of opportunity.
Hell yeah.
It is not going to balance on that. So
No
I'm
way.
just going to remember it. What if I do this?
Oh, big base, strong base.
Big
Home base?
No. A bit more in the middle, if he's a bit more in
It's
the middle.
fine. I won't bother. I'll just remember.
It's all right.
It's going to fly up in the air. Ophelia and Gruffith, you can both make opportunity attacks, so a melee attack.
Do I get advantage?
That's a
on-
reaction, isn't it?
It is a reaction. It would use your reaction, and you would, because it's your next advantage on your next attack against it.
Natural 1.
Miss.
19 again.
19 hits.
Oh.
Turns out I'm wee for the day.
Can I use my blood points on reactions?
Yeah.
Sick. So I'm going to add an extra d6 to this attack.
Okay.
4, 10, 13.
13 more points of damage. You see, as Ophelia, you slash out with Veracity as this thing launches itself into the air. It now hovers, I'm going to say, about 40 feet in the air. But it looks down with these two bulbous eyes and looks down towards Gruff and Ophelia. And you see the air distort in a beam. There is no laser or effect, but like some rippling of magic in the air kind of cuts across in a line. I need both Ophelia and Gruff to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Yet.
Can I see this coming?
Yes! You have advantage for the thingy.
17.
17's a success.
Danger sense is fun.
What did Gruff get?
5.
A 5. 5 is a failure, I'm afraid. Ophelia, you succeed. You will take half damage.
What sort of effect is this?
This is psychic damage. Gruff, you take 20 psychic damage.
Good lord.
And you also gain one stack of maddening whispers.
Okay.
As you feel your mind assailed by these like whispering, jabbering thoughts that do not go away. Ophelia, you would take 10 psychic damage and no additional stacks.
Okay.
It's then going to use the rest of its movement to... so it flies there. That was 5, 10, 15. There's not too much of it. It is going to... Who can it see? Oh, Xanthias is there.
Hi.
It's going to fly over here,
Hey there, buddy.
and it just tries to rake you with its claws. It's going to hover up 10 feet off the ground, and it's going to rake you with its claws.
God damn.
For an 18 to hit.
18 does hit. Yeah, it hits.
For... That's going to be... 18 points of slashing damage.
Okie doke. Okie doke. But also fucking ow. But also okie doke.
And it's now hovering about 10 feet off the ground. That is its turn.
Fantastic. Ooh. Oh, wait until my turn.
Daisy.
Hello.
Daisy, you start within a certain range. I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me, please.
What's the turn order after Daisy?
After Daisy, it would be Rowan, then Percival, then Gruff. You are... Gruff, then Percival. Percival is last, you are second to last.
Only an 11.
Only an 11. I'm afraid that you, Daisy, also gain 1 stack of Maddening Whispers.
That's all it is.
So,
Kind of like that, but I meant...
Yeah.
It's literally the worst thing that could ever happen to me.
I was gonna
it's
say,
literally,
yeah,
yeah.
it's me slurping an ice cream in the lift next to you.
first time I'm using new rules. So,
You always did. One time.
it used to be I can make a blade attack and then do an offhand dagger as a bonus action. But now it says that I can nick, which is
So basically...
part of the attack action now.
It basically what it means
So-
is you save your bonus action for other things.
Yeah.
So you don't get to make another attack with a bonus action. It's like you can make an attack, and then rather than using up your bonus action, you get the offhand attack as part of the attack action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it means that your bonus action can then be used for stuff like your cunning action
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's nice.
But then there was also.
But that's only. But I think that your radiant blades don't count as the dagger. Your radiant blades have the vex property, not the nick property. So with your radiant blades, you can't get that effect. It would still cost your bonus action to
it
do.
says if I attack with my radiant blade, I
Yep.
can make a ranged attack with a second blade as a bonus action.
Yes.
So but
That's-
that would be instead of a dagger, that's a full.
That would be the
Other
full
blade.
radiant blade, yes. Yeah. So it's just your physical mundane dagger you
Got
can use as
it.
part of your attack action. Because the radiant blade has the property of vex, not nick.
I see.
Yep. And if I hit a creature with and do damage to it, I have advantage on my next attack
Indeed.
against it.
With your radiant blade, yes.
My radiant blade. So I'm gonna
It's the weapon mastery rules.
throw a blade at it.
Okay. Because you have 1 stack of Manning Whispers, as you are currently at 1 stack, you have -2 to attack and damage rolls.
-2? Fuck me.
As you're like, something in your mind is like distracting you and you're having to focus extra hard for your aim. It gives you a minus penalty to your attack and damage rolls.
Yeah.
Big for one thing. 21 to hit.
With the -2?
Yes.
Yep. That still hits.
And then I have -2 on damage.
You do. Also, the creature is not within 5 feet of an ally because it's actually hovering 10 feet off the ground.
Oh, fuck.
Well, 10 feet above Xanthias, I should say.
I jump up just in time.
But it's not aware of me, though.
That's true. It did not know
So-
you were there. So, yeah, you would have had advantage on the attack roll as well. This would reveal you.
It didn't get.
Okay. But, yeah, so in fact, you would get the sneak attack because, yeah, you're right.
Nice. Is your sneak attack still the same?
46.
Triple snorkatalk.
Should it?
Just mix up the vowels.
Hang on. All right.
There I go.
Stitch by stitch, there I go.
21, so it'll be 19 with the.
19 points of damage. Okay, as the Radiant Blade slams into it, and you've sort of revealed yourself, it has got its reaction back, so I'm going to make a tail attack against you as
Oh,
a
fuck,
reaction.
it's gonna fucking move.
I know.
About to, I think.
This thing is a
20 to
bitch.
hit.
Yeah.
It's a tough enemy. This is like a big elite enemy. That is going to be 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need a strength saving throw from you.
I'm gonna not succeed.
Well, you want to move anyway.
I will remind you, you have 3 points of fate.
We do now. Yes, we're even. Stevens.
Trot's
17.
unraveling.
17 is a success. You grab on to like the rock. You are not thrown 15 feet backwards, which would have sent you off the rocks.
That would have sucked.
So you managed to hold on.
Do I know how close I would have to be in this aura that gives stacks of stuff? Like,
I would say
because it's affected
you
me.
wouldn't know that without like using some sort of check to find out, and it would probably be an Arcana check as a bonus action.
Okay, well,
Standard kind of like study mechanic that we've used before. Bonus action to figure stuff out.
I'm going to use my movement to back off, and I want to.
Do you want to stand up because you were prone?
Yeah, and I want to scramble.
10, and then like jump down, basically.
Yeah, and can I use my bonus action to hide?
You can. Yeah, you've not used your bonus action yet.
Yeah.
Give me the hide roll.
I don't know why I checked that. I know what my stuff is. 20.
20. Okay.
Which is probably not enough. But,
Alrighty. You back off, you scramble down and try and hide in the shadows of the little rocky outcropping. This creature, is kind of scanning, whipping its long eel-like head around its huge luminous eyes, looking around. End of turn, Daisy?
yes.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to spend 2 fate
Oh my
to
god.
take a legendary action.
Shit, and it's next to me.
Oh, does it cost more per round?
It depends on the ability it uses. So different abilities. It lets out now. This is where plugging your ears for some of you is going to be very beneficial. It lets out a terrible cry. This time more of a. Anybody within, I think this is going to include everybody looking at the map. It does. Who can hear. So those of you who are fully deafened
Me and Daisy
are immune to this effect. And Ophelia as well.
Yeah,
Oh, yes, yeah.
I got the coffee beans.
Rowan and Gruff, you have advantage on this saving throw. Do I want to give... I will give Rowan advantage for the coffee beans. Until you take a hit and they fall
I'm going
out.
to get an ear infection,
Yeah.
so...
But that
maybe
is
I'll help
a... oh no, sorry. It's in fact actually it's not a saving throw. This effect. Sorry, this is a very complicated monster.
Okay.
What I will do is I will instead give you resistance to some of the damage from this.
Does Percy here? Does that count?
Ooh.
You got little eardrums.
5,
He's quite far away as well.
He hears, but would it...
25.
But does he hear?
He does, yeah, and he does technically hear. This thing does not stop making this noise. Like basically it is just going like making this high pitched, like painful sound. And Gruff and Rowan, you're both like trying to, and Percival as well is just staggering for a little moment.
What's going on?
For the two of you, it would basically mean that you would be deafened, even now that you have this thing on.
Well, you won't hear anymore.
You have disadvantage on concentration checks, and you will take some damage at the start of your turn as long as this thing is making this noise. And it's just continuously emanating this noise currently. But that is at the end of Daisy's turn. So after Daisy, we go to Rowan. Rowan, I will say you will take 5 psychic damage instead of 10.
Thank you. Rowan, in response to this horrifying sound, I imagine when it happens to him, the coffee beans just kind of...
Okay, no more coffee.
What he's going to do, however, and look, it's quite clear, we've been on the internet a while, and in terms of leaderboards, I think Mark Humes is probably the best DM there.
I've put it together. I've put together the list, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
the whole mechanic for this, dude. You don't need to sell it on me. Come on, what you
I
want?
would like to make a devil's bargain.
To do what?
Employ my skills of creating specific resonance to create a noise cancellation effect in an area around me with sostenuto.
Okay.
It goes
To counteract this, like, scream?
Yeah. So
Okay.
if I play the anti version of the song, the inverted waveform, so to speak,
It, like, nulls it out. to
it
nothing.
nullifies it in an area.
Okay. Yeah. I will say you
clever
can spend a
idea.
fate point to try. 1 fate point to try. Give me a performance check if you can beat DC 20. So a high roll, but for Rowan is actually not impossible.
Yeah, your performance is pretty good.
I
Right?
will fate it as well.
Oh. A lovely extra 1 for me. 3 to 3.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a natural fucking motherfucking 20.
It like struggling through the pain, Rowan. Like you pull out Sostenuto, you play it, but then with your own magic, you sort of amplify the sound. And after a few tries, like 1, 2, you find that note that just cancels out this piercing, shrill scream.
It's enhanced by my energy.
Oh, yeah, it fully, and there's almost like a rippling effect as the two sound waves meet, and there's like a boom pulse in the air. As now there is just no sound as they are both being overlaid with one another. Absolutely. Yeah, that cancels that. Its terrible shriek effect will be null and void as long as you can. I will treat this as you are concentrating on a spell.
On it, yeah. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
So it eliminates that ability. It cannot use that ability anymore. Now it does. Its other abilities are more psychic, so it won't necessarily help with those, but it will stop this effect.
That's my action, right?
I'd say that would be your action.
Bonus action, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration, now that that's been nullified, to Xanthias.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does Bardic Inspiration require them to see and hear you?
Oh, great point.
That's a wonderful question.
Wonderful question.
Isn't that a great question?
It's almost like I
That's
did
why he's on that
consider you guys
leaderboard.
might plug your ears.
You can inspire a creature within 6 feet that can see or
Oh.
hear you.
Oh.
So you're like
how
pointing at
do you-
Xanthias' big
Yeah.
thumbs up. Like,
Technically,
How
no,
do
in
you
his mind,
visually inspire me?
he could say something
Through
to
you.
his
Yeah,
mind.
that's
Yeah.
true.
remember, it's like a switchboard, but yes, absolutely. But yeah, you're like visually bardic inspiring. Like maybe it's just the process of seeing like him strike this thing.
Rowan
and
just looks so confident in his element right now.
You're seeing me at the perfect angle.
Yeah.
Right now.
Any other bonus? Bonus action was bardic. Any movement for you, Rowan?
I'm going to skirt round this rock so it's blocking line of sight.
Yeah.
Between me and it.
10, 15. It's around here.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Great,
it.
yeah, you scurry away. Fantastic. At the end of your turn, Rowan, I'm going to spend one of my fate points to use another legendary action. That's all I can use this turn. That's all, all my legendary's done. Xanthias, Gruff, and Ophelia, do any of you currently have any active magical effects or spells on you?
Yes, I am.
Mage armor?
Mage armor. Oh, is mage armor concentration?
No,
is it?
it's not.
I have mage armor and detect magic.
Yeah, but
which
mage
I did
armor is obviously a
concentration check for.
protective spell, right?
Yeah.
And then Ophelia, you don't have anything.
No, I'm just rating.
The creature is going to look at you, Xanthias.
Mm-hmm.
Its eyes begin to pulse and flash, and you feel mage armor dispelled.
Oh shit.
Damn.
What a loser.
Gruff.
Nerd.
Hello. The first thing I would like to do is cast Armor of...
Could you make a charisma saving throw for me at the start of your turn, please?
Riz throw.
So I'm within the whatever.
You are within there. This is a psychic effect.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 to succeed.
Also the voice cancelling thing, I don't get damage from...
Nope. Rowan is protecting you from that entirely. You are not affected by it at all.
Good Rowan.
Good lad. Yeah, dirty 20. After that, I would like to cast Armor of Oak and Thorn.
Yep.
So all these thorns and wood grows over my chest. Sucks in my dad Betty a little bit. And then I've been humming and hawing over what to do.
Yes. I'll remind you, it is flying 10 feet above Xanthias. So it's 15 feet in the air.
I'm trying to decide whether to attack or heal, but do you know what? I'm going to attack.
Okay.
I will hold forth
A paw that holds a ring. A ring of destiny. No, it's a void star ring.
Okay.
Oh.
And I will fire 2 of the 3 charges at
Okay.
it. So imagine this beam of starlight
Yes.
bamfs out. Dex saving throw 15.
That is going to be a success, I'm afraid.
But did you say 2d6?
Yeah, 2d6
Per
per
charge.
charge, so 4. That's math.
Yep, halved.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Nice one.
15. Half.
Would be 7.
Technically, it doesn't say anything about failing a save throw on that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm telling you now, as the creator of that item.
Whoever wrote this didn't put it in there.
Okay. Well, does it say, well, hang on, if it succeeds on the saving throw, then maybe it doesn't take any damage.
Doesn't say anything.
But then let's go with the fair compromise that it takes half.
It's just 2 sentences.
Oh, maybe it doesn't do anything on the fair saving.
Maybe it blows up in my face and kills me.
No, it does half damage. So the beam kind of cuts across it. The creature does manage to pull its body in. Its scale, scathes part of its body as it scars along, but does not quite land a full solid hit. Anything else on your turn, Grufford?
I would like to move for all that this is going to help. I'm going to move. I don't know which way to move. I want some cover from something. So
Rocks behind where Percival is, maybe?
Yep, or next to Daisy, or
I have 35
Ophelia
foot
is.
of movement, so maybe to where the rock that Ophelia is perched upon.
10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah.
All the way up here.
Yeah.
Yep, sure.
I mean, he's just going to fly over and chomp my face off. But
It's quite likely,
yeah, it's quite likely.
Anything else on your turn, Grufford?
Dammy.
That you. From the cave,
Oh.
the two shapes that Rowan spotted stir as very quite horrifyingly deformed creatures. They look like they were maybe once mountain cats or something like that, but their jaws have become distended and twisted. They have mouths that have opened up on the sides of their shoulders.
Okay,
One of their legs
Why?
has twisted completely around, so it's reversed.
I love this.
It's one of its eyes is drooped down as if its face has melted like wax as these two beasts come running out. They run for the first creatures that they can see: Rowan, Ophelia, and Grufford.
They're coming out of their cave and they're not doing just fine.
Yes, and they will attempt to slam you. The first one is going to miss you, Gruff.
Good.
The one against Rowan is a 16 to hit.
No.
No,
Does not hit.
with his new armor protecting him.
Oh, what a beast
So the new
boy.
armor kind of takes the bite. You can see that as these creatures move up to you, the mouths that are on their chest and on their shoulder, these extra weird mouths, are whispering and gibbering.
Oh, that makes it
And
worse.
the air around them is becoming thick and twisted. They count as difficult terrain for 10 feet around them. So it's difficult terrain around them as well.
Assholes.
Then it is very lost. It is Percy.
Percy!
Percy needs no saving throw currently. He is A-OK, thanks to Rowan as well.
Can I have Percy charge forward towards these horrendous cat creatures?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is where he can get to with that. Would you like him to dash?
Yeah.
So he rushes up next to Gruff, but that is going to be his action to dash.
Can I have him go 10 feet back? So
Yes.
he can use his 10-foot reach on his halberd.
Oh yeah, well it would be 5 feet back, so he
5
needs to
feet
be
back.
5 feet. Yeah, so he can go. Basically, he can go next to Gruff if you want to.
Nice. Yeah.
And then he's got his halberd out, so he loses 2 AC from the shield as he extends the halberd into its double-handed form.
Sound like
His
a,
AC is now
a Mario jump.
Yeah.
40.
And he won't be able to attack because he had to use his action to dash.
True.
So
He's just going to be
he's
ready.
ready to go.
Ready to go.
All right.
Percy, good boy.
Perfect.
Incoming that 20.
Good boy.
Xanthius,
Good boy.
I
Hi
need
there.
you to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma, that's okay.
You have Bardic if you need it.
So that's what, a D8, is it?
D8.
Do I have to roll it?
You don't have to.
You can choose what you roll on.
Okay,
Do
cool.
anything.
You could be.
I can just
whatever,
not roll.
you just walk away.
I can just leave.
Be a free man.
Xanthius is dead. Whatever. Fuck you guys.
Okay.
No.
Hey, more money for the rest of us.
I should have added stuff. I got
still
a
can.
9.
You can.
I could do. I only got a 9.
You can add Bardic.
You can still
to it.
yeah.
No,
No?
Okay.
I choose
Okay.
not to.
I don't want to because I don't want to give you more ammunition with which he can start whispering shit into my ear.
That is a 1 stack of maddening whispers.
Yeah.
All right. It's your turn. You have a -2 to attack and damage
That's a
rolls.
careless whisper.
I
Stab at twice the speed. And off tone.
Slightly, yeah.
now this dude is up in my grill and within 30 feet. I did do a concentration check on my detect magic.
Yes.
Anything?
Yeah. There
Okay.
is something, it's kind of grown over from scales and dirt and grime. There is a powerful magic object embedded into its chest.
Right. Okay, good.
And
You're twins!
you glance
yeah,
at like a
okay.
crystalline, like underneath all the dirt and leaves and mud there and blood, there is something crystalline in its chest.
Yeah, I remember it also told me that, and I forgot to tell him about that in his chest.
There you go.
Hey everyone, I've got some brand new information.
Never before.
Okay, I would like to firstly shit then piss.
Okay.
That's
a weird
in that
order.
order, yeah.
Doesn't normally
That's
happen.
going to be a full action, I
It's a
think.
full action to do that.
Yeah.
What about just pissing?
Bonus.
I can do that
You
with
can
my
just
hands
piss your
free,
pants,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, I can shit my pants
You can
too.
shit your pants.
Yeah, but doing
Free.
both, that's
That's
quite
a
some
little
effort.
bit, yeah, that's an effort.
I mean,
okay.
6 seconds. Think about that.
I could shoot it out.
Please do something in the game.
Oh, sorry.
Would it be a con save?
Shut up. Game.
Okay, seeing this.
Doing one
this mess,
combat takes like forever with you guys.
Is it? Am I losing? Have I got disadvantage on range spells with the range that it's currently?
No,
'cause
he's
it's 10
currently
feet up from me,
10
right?
feet up.
But,
No, but you are within its melee range.
Yeah.
So yes. You are in its threatened area, basically.
okay.
Well, if
do
it's
I
being
know?
a big creature, it's
do I know
easier
what
to hit.
school of magic as well? The
A mixture of them.
mixture. It's everything. It's a fridge.
It would be everything, I think, actually, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna because I need to get out of the way of this nasty boy. Also, he just took away my AC. I have 11 AC now, thanks to him eating my magic
Oh,
armor.
shit.
I'm gonna have to use a misty step to
Okay.
out of here.
So bonus action.
So I can get,
Is this verbal? Does it have verbal components?
it does.
Do you want to subtle spell it, or?
No.
All right. Can I get a DC 12 charisma
yeah.
ability check, please?
Gonna add your bardic inspiration.
12.
12, just barely.
Stop reactivation.
So you've got 30 feet of movement. Where do you want to
30
go?
feet of movement. I would like to go.
Up here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, I don't actually get that far. I don't want to get on top of that rock because he'll just beat me down from there. Frustratingly, I want to go to the very far corner of the map,
It's
map
like
3.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
He's off
yeah.
the map.
I'm off the map, so I have therefore escaped the battle, and now I'm going to head home.
Okay.
Could Pac-Man to the top right corner.
This does not obey Pac-Man rules. Maybe in a Proto-Magi Vault that will happen, but not here.
And I will throw a Sorcerer's Burst at him, which is a cantrip.
Okay.
With a +6 to attack, so -2 because of the 1 stack, but not disadvantage, yeah?
Not a disadvantage.
Great. Ding dong! The thing is dead. Which old thing? That old thing. I rolled a thing. 20 something, 3?
Natural
23.
20 or
no,
not?
23.
With the -2?
With, yeah, 20.
It's a hit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah?
Oh yeah.
2d8. 7 damage of my choosing. I will go with cold again.
Oh yeah.
I can't make cold shots, can I? I want to.
Would you like to try
I
something?
would like to aim for that magical sort of thing on its chest, if possible, but I don't know if I rolled high enough to.
What did you roll? What was your AC total?
I got a 23 to hit.
And you aim at the crystal in its chest?
Would like to aim for the crystal.
It hits.
Hell yeah! And
What damage are you doing, and how much damage do you do?
I'm doing cold damage again to
Okay.
it, which I know worked last time.
It just did damage. You really like sticking to this cold thing.
Roll.
Humanity
What,
wasn't-
how much damage am I looking at?
Wasn't resistant. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It was 7 damage.
Just 7?
Yeah.
Okay. The thing, it strikes the area where it has this crystalline object, and the ice actually manages to clear some of the dirt and debris away. And you can now see that there is. It looks very painfully like something like this crystalline sphere has been embedded surgically into this creature, and you can see like old stitch marks and things like that. And it strikes the crystal, and you see just a hairline crack, and it kind of reacts to it.
Interesting.
Anything else on your turn, Xanthias?
Yeah, I'll tell everyone about Das Orb.
Okay.
I'm sure like people can see it now. It's cleared away, and that is my turn. I've done movement. I've done everything. I've done bonus
Okay.
action. I've done everything. I've done everything today.
You've done everything. Okay. Ophelia.
Yo. So this guy is quite a way away from me. I would like to let's deal with these kitty cats.
Okay.
Shall we? Let's jump down. I'm going to jump down on this kitty cat's back and give it a kitty.
But you want to stay up because you can attack it from where you are because you can stand vertically above it and stab it from the rock.
All right,
like
yeah.
you don't need to move that much from your current position.
Kitty cat whack. Oh my god, it's gone.
It's on the floor.
Come back. 13 to hit the kitty cat.
Hits.
Woo!
Yeah, this thing, as you strike it, you can see that there is almost no self-preservation. It just sort of
interesting.
lets you hit it.
I will. Yes, I'll use a blood point.
Yes.
Wow, that's a 1.
Wow.
1, 2,
Wow.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 damage on the first strike.
Yes.
And then I hit it with my thing, Vex, so I get advantage on my next attack against
Correct.
him. I would like to use my whip for the next attack, so
Okay.
it's slow.
Okay. So you have advantage on this as well?
Natural 20, baby!
Okay. What? Max the dice?
So 4 plus
That's his name.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage.
Nice.
You watch as the whip wraps itself around the neck of this deranged creature, and with you hear it snap.
Oh my god.
The creature crumbles. As it does, psychic energy explodes out of it. You, Gruff, and poor Percival. Take 12 psychic damage and gain a stack of maddening whispers. So Gruff is now at 2.
-4.
No, so it stays at -2.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
For now.
Okay, so it's like exhaustion. It
Oh my
adds
god,
new
I know
effects.
maths. 41 take 13.
How much did you say? Sorry, 12.
12.
20, 31, 28, thank you.
As this creature just kind of slumps to the ground,
Interesting noise.
and this burst of energy sort of assaults your minds as the pain, the confusion, the madness of this creature sort of infects the three of you, and you stagger back. Percival doesn't get any stacks of the effect, but he does take the damage.
Okay.
So
First
just,
of all, okay.
Percival's alright.
just to check, it was 12 points of damage, 1 more stack. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Who are you saying, oh, I'm so sorry to? Is it
God.
yeah,
It was
to
a general
Percy?
sorry in the area.
Just checking who you love more, Percy or Gruff.
I love you both equally.
Don't make me choose!
Let's be honest, we know.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Right, Ophelia, that was your second attack, but you still have the rest of your turn.
Bonus action, I would like to use my vitality potion, please.
Oh, yeah. 2d4.
2d4, please.
You can roll that.
Look at
2d4
this
plus
girl.
2. 10 hit points. Remember, it's temporary hit points.
What was that?
Also going to remind you guys, don't forget you have heroic inspiration, so you can give yourself advantage on a roll. You have plenty of fate dice as well.
7 temporary hit points
So
for
you get,
me.
there you go, 7 temporary hit points. Any movement, Ophelia?
I would like to move backwards. Can I move towards the mouth of the cove, please?
Both of the cove.
Yeah. 5, 10, 5, 10,
Is the mouth of the cove to the south or the north?
15,
No.
20.
No.
Get you inside.
Yeah, just have a little peeky poo. What can I see inside?
Yeah, with your dark vision, now that you're up in and you have that perfect dark vision, you can see that slumped up against the wall, his leg torn apart, bleeding. But you can see Pascal, who is this quite handsome, dark-skinned human man. He looks a little bit like a sort of Black Milo from Atlantis, Disney's Atlantis.
cool.
Like he has
Okay.
like round glasses, slightly like kind of floppy hair but shaved sides.
Yeah.
He's wearing not really armor per se. It's maybe like a kind of leather scout's jacket that he has on. But he looks more like a scholar. He's got like a knapsack and things like that wrapped around him. But he's like leaning up against the wall and he's like muttering to himself. He's like, and he's like holding his head. And you can see that he looks pretty malnourished as well. Like he hasn't eaten in a few days. And he doesn't look good.
But he's alive.
He's alive.
Alive.
Can I relay that back to the team? Like Pascal's in the cave.
Yep.
He's alive. He doesn't look very good, but he's alive.
That's going to be the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, just before, well, in fact, I think it'll be a good point to pick up next week as the Gallowack will take to the air,
Even further.
position itself here, with its eyes facing towards Rowan. You will get cover from the rock Gruff and Percival. There's a big line because it's going to fly up in the air and do it sort of diagonally. As the Gallowack repositions itself, it will... I'll do it this before we go to break.
Yeah.
I'm going to make an attack against Rowan with its rending claws. That is a 22.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh no.
Going to use
25 slashing damage.
Definitely using my Stone's Endurance to
Yep.
reduce that. 11 points reduced.
Nice.
Okay, so 25 down to 14
Yeah.
slashing damage. And then I need Gruff, Rowan, and Percival to make dexterity saving throws as, again, its eyes glow and pulse as it sends out like a beam of invisible force cutting through you all.
6.
Oh, Percival.
I'd like to use a fate.
Yes?
Yes. Use a fate. Rhiannon, can you use fate?
It's gonna help.
Oh. Oh.
Gruff.
11.
Fail, I'm afraid. Rowan?
16.
Success, you're going to take half damage.
Come on, Percy, take this.
Percival? Okay. That is going to be 17 psychic damage to those who failed it, so 8 to Rowan. Those who failed, so Gruff, you gain another stack of Whispering Madness.
Do I not gain one then?
You don't know. At 3 stacks, Gruff, you are now, your speed is reduced by half.
Oh, shit.
As you are, your mind is being overwhelmed by these voices. And that is going to be its turn. So we will pick this back up
Yeah.
next week as the battle against the Gallowack continues.
The Gallowacker.
See you next time.
Oh, spicy. See you next time.
Sleep well in your house.